All right, here we go. Yep, what up with it? Back live one time for your mind. But look, we're doing something a little different today. I'm gonna wait till a few people roll in, but I ain't gonna get that music popping. What we about to do is watch a presentation by Robert Brown. I'm gonna let my man Pan African James hold me down. We streaming live from the back chat right now. And if y'all interested in tapping in, helping out with some of these classes, courses, or some of this research we doing, make sure y'all hit me up, casualhieroglyphics.com. All right, but hold on. What's up? How y'all doing? Y'all there?
Peace to the everlasting God. Blessings to be upon Smash Rockwell. Peace, King.
Word up. I just want to make sure that this YouTube is right before I
blessings.
because it's telling me to sign into the chat, so I might not even be right. Oh yeah, okay, we right. We good. I had to sign into the chat before I could see some people was there. So some people starting to roll in. James, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Word up. I'm gonna be around, but I'm gonna ask you to hold me down. So Robert Brown, what's the name of this presentation? Tell us about it before you get into it. Let us know the premise and the reason about what we about to see.
Peace to the great God. Blessings be upon Smash Rockwell. Thank you, King, for allowing me to speak on your platform. I am very humbled and thankful, King, for all that you have done for us in this community, educating us from hip hop to an ancient sacred Black language. And we truly are indebted to you, King, for your expertise, for your time, for your study, for the work, for your works, for your generous works. And I couldn't be more appreciative. The title of this presentation is called Black, a Physical Description, and Black in Academia. And the reason why I feel that we need to hone in into the intricacies of Black utilized as a physical description, because it appears that some of my associates, some of my peers seem to not grasp the concept that Black, the color, can be attributed to various things.
Now, I have a question. Is it presenting already?
Eyes, to their hair,
you can't hear me.
To a bird, to a shirt, to a horse, to a stone, even to skin. One can exude Black in many different ways. And it has nothing to do with a racial construct.
Now, real quick, Brother Robert, let me ask you a question. Does anybody see his screen presenting already? Because all I see is circles. It's circle dots.
Okay.
Okay. Now you just
I see.
Now we see. Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm going back on mute. I just wanted to let you know that. Cool. Here we go. Okay. Oh, okay. People starting to fall in the building. Hold on real quick. Y'all put up a comment in the chat so people know it's going down. We got that work over here, and I'm about to kick back, grab my popcorn, watch this nice presentation. But if y'all is in the chat, make sure y'all get your arrows up, say something, click like, so that we can get more people in the building, because I ain't doing my normal monologue that take about an hour before people even know I'm streaming. So I appreciate y'all, and we back to Robert Brown. Let's get it popping.
Blessings. Peace to everyone listening. We here, and I want to address the lies by many individuals, particularly individuals of the PKs and their crew, who continue to state that the term Black is not used in academia by experts. They have lied to you all. And I'm going to show that today. That not only is Black utilized in academia, but it is commonly used. It is well used in academia. All right? And so let's get into it. I want to say Black African power. I want to say a well-organized truth beats a disorganized lie every time. And I'm glad to be here. Let's get into this Black Beauty. First, before I begin, I want to kind of rap to y'all a little bit because I really feel that a lot of y'all need to throw in the white flag already. Y'all been getting hands put on y'all something different. You see, Smash, let me say, King, they punch drunk, King. So you done knocked them out with Henny the Black and Henny the Red. Everybody ignored it though. When you brought that out, showing how these people were described. Son, one as red and one as black, they still say that nobody was identified as black. And it was right there in their face, and they distracted and they detracted as they usually do, but you knocked them out with Henny the Black and Henny the Red. Colors used to describe individuals within ancient Kemet. Then Brother Reggie slid across the car and slept another one when he brought out the intricacies of the cattle coat of the Egyptians. He sliding across the car, knocking people out, knocking them out left and right. Showing the sacred black bulls on one hand and the red slaughter bulls on the other. So when we got Henny the Black, Henny the Red people, then we got sacred black bulls and slaughter bulls and red slaughter bulls. And then we know that the people compared themselves to the cattle. Let's go. I want to say, y'all skip right over that, man. Y'all hurry up and press the gas at that stop sign. You didn't want to get into these people's customs and beliefs. The real conversation. They telling you and showing you who they are. Y'all so ridiculous that you are now trying to refute you're trying to refute hundreds of attestations. Remember when we thought it was 6? Y'all asked for examples of people calling themselves black, changing the argument for the 100th time. And them boys went and brought back hundreds of people associating themselves with the word for black. In the words of Chief X, you boomeranged yourself. I mean, talk about falling on your own sword. Then you got what you asked for. Now you want to play Helen Keller to some of the strongest forms of primary evidence one can even present, which is the writings from the people themselves. A historical contract. All the while cat screaming scientific literacy though. Scamming. Remember when y'all was saying the Nubians wasn't black? Most of y'all don't even say that no more. Y'all just try to say the Nubians ain't Egyptians now. Switching arguments up like a new hairdo. It looked bad. Then y'all got sliced up on the DNA. The Magi King Ben told you it can't prove ethnicity, but y'all pushed that narrative for years, right? And you know what's crazy? Not a smart glasses wearing scientist said nothing. Not one word. Y'all acted like DNA was the determinative for race. Pseudo as all hell, and you kept that up until the Magi King and the great vizier, Brother Reggie, came down from the throne, accompanied with the archers, and obliterated you on the DNA battlefield. See that information upgraded, man. That thing upgraded, man. It moved forward, man. It moved forward, and y'all got stuck, man, bleeding out on your own sword. Because now it's you who want to accept the data of the experts. Like Sorkiata and the Pop-Affiliator findings. The DNA tribes findings. Joanna Cross DNA findings. Got y'all tank tracks blew off them plastic tanks. Got them plastic tracks blew off them toy tanks. Right? And showing you those bodies were from a single site and very well they got blew off. They showing you those bodies were from a single site and very well proved to be from a time period of Ptolemaic rule. Foreigners. Right? Now, we been told y'all that on Smash Rockwell show, but you ain't listen. Now y'all saying how the Pop-Affiliator process wasn't good enough. Y'all mad at scientific processes now. It's getting desperate. And if it was 13 STRs and you got 8, that's more than half. And if it's 17 now, then nigga, that's still half. So we got an interception with y'all playing around in that DNA field. Deion Sanders prime time. That's a pick 6. Let us show this again for the ones in the back. You know what I'm saying? We need to show that again. Now, what I want to get into, I want to say, I'm right here with it. I want to get into Christopher Everett. Let's get back to Christopher Everett because y'all continue to lie on Christopher Everett, and you act like he didn't say what he said. Let's get into him. Let's see who he is. Christopher Everett, who currently holds the position of Distinguished Research Professor at UCLA, is an American scholar of African history and African historical linguistics, particularly known for his efforts to correlate linguistic taxonomy and reconstruction with the archaeological record. He has published 10 books, most recently History and the Testimony of Language in 2011, a dictionary of Sandawe, the latter co-edited with his wife, Patricia Everett. He has written around 70 scholarly articles on a wide range of historical, linguistic, and anthropological subjects. These works include monographic articles on Bantu subclassification, on internal reconstruction in Semitic, on the reconstruction of Proto-Cushitic and Proto-Eastern Cushitic, and with Muhammad Nur Ali on the classification of the Somali languages. He has also contributed to a number of encyclopedias on African topics on world history. That's on wikipedia.com. His alma mater is Northwestern University. This is Christopher Everett, Sword Kiata, and Paul Newman. We've seen this, but you still ain't got it. Let's get into it again. Let's get this again. The origins of Asiatic. All right. Furthermore, this is the conclusion, the end of the article. The source is right there at the bottom right of the screen. Furthermore, the archaeology of Northern Africa does not support early Neolithic demic intrusion from Asia. I don't know how much plain you can get from that. All that back migration talk, all that invading talk, all that intrusion talk, they just told you that the archaeology don't support it. The evidence presented by Westerstrom indicates that early African farmers in the Fayum initiated incorporating Near Eastern domesticates into an indigenous foraging strategy. There wasn't no back migration. They incorporated skills and only over time developed a dependence on horticulture. They say this is inconsistent with in-migrating farming settlers. That is inconsistent with in-migrating farming settlers who would have brought more abrupt change in substance. I can never say that word. Strategy. The same archaeological pattern occurs west of Egypt, where domestic animals and later grains were gradually adopted after 8 to 7,000 BP into the established pre-agriculture Caspian culture present across the northern Sahara since 10,000 BP. From this continuity, it has been argued that the pre-food productions Caspian people spoke languages ancestral to the Berber and or Chadic branches of Afro-Asiatic. Furthermore, there is evidence that cattle domestication independently occurred in the early Holocene Eastern Sahara, earlier than in the Near East. Man, they telling you that cattle culture didn't. They say the cattle culture developed independently earlier in the Eastern Sahara. So stop talking about the Near East. Casting doubt on the idea of undirectional spread of food production from the Levant. They weren't getting no food from the Levant. Them farmers ain't coming from the Levant. The cattle ain't coming from the Levant. So stop talking about the Levant. The Natufians, the Anatolian farmers, the Basal Eurasians. Stop talking about them. When you trying to identify who the ancient Egyptians was, you need to stop talking about it. A critical reading, it says, a critical reading of the data and genetic analysis, specifically those of the Y chromosome phylogeography and TAC149 AF haplotype, support the hypothesis of populations moving from the Horn. Supporting the hypothesis of populations moving from the Horn or southeastern Sahara towards northwards. So they're coming from the south. How many times do we have to tell you? You talking about Beja Europe. You talking about the Near East. You talking about the Mediterranean. You talking about damn Sumeria. You talking about everywhere but what the scholar's telling you to talk about. He say the southeastern Sahara and the Horn of Africa, and that that it moved northwards to the Nile Valley, northwest Africa, the Levant, and the Aegean. So we coming from south up north. The geography of the M35-215 lineage, which is of Horn/East African origin, is largely concordant with the range of Afro-Asiatic. Underhill et al. State that this lineage was carried from Africa during the Mesolithic. The distributions of Afro-Asiatic subfamilies and this lineage can be explained by invoking movements that occurred before the emergence of food production as well as after. When you want to talk about the northeastern population of Africa, you need to talk about the Horn and stop talking about some fake intrusions, some fake back migrations that can't nobody pull up a source on, that can't nobody show no information on. They just keep talking and talking and talking. I have yet to see one source to support a back migration from the Near East into Africa. Where is your source? You need to source up or shut up. Let's keep going. Christopher Everett, Ancient Egyptian as an African language, Egypt as an African culture in Egypt and Africa, Theodore Selenko, Indianapolis Museum of Art. This is Christopher Everett's piece within Theodore Selenko's book, Ancient Egypt as an African Language. Let's get to it. Ancient Egyptian civilization was, in ways to an extent, usually not recognized fundamentally. Do we know what fundamentals are? That means your 1, 2, 3, ABC, that Goo Goo Gaga, hello, change diapers, as basic as you can get. Stand up, sit down, walk straight forward, bend your knees, elbows, shoot your free throw, layup. That means the beginning, the foundings of these people's existence lay in, what you say? The south of Egypt. The origins of Egyptian ethnicity lay in the areas south of Egypt. Can you please, I'm begging at this point, please stop talking about the Levant. Please stop talking about the Mediterranean. Please stop talking about Beja Europe. Please. The origins of Egyptian ethnicity lay in the area south of Egypt. The ancient Egyptian language belonged to the Afrasian family, also called Afro-Asiatic. The speakers of the earliest Afrasian languages, according to the recent studies, were a set of people whose lands between 15,000 and 13,000 BC stretched from where? Nubia. Where them black people at? In the west to far northern Somalia in the east. They supported themselves by gathering wild grains. The first elements of Egyptian culture were laid down 2,000 years later, between 12,000 and 10,000 BC, when some of these Afrasian communities expanded northward. How you go north? They get to Egypt. So the only way if you travel north to get to Egypt, that means that you somewhere in Sudan. That means that you somewhere in Somalia. That means you somewhere in Eritrea. That means you somewhere in Ethiopia. They said that it started and went north into Egypt, bringing with them a language directly ancestral to ancient Egyptian. They also introduced to Egypt the idea of using wild grains as food. You got to deal with that. Now, I want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Now, where I'm at now, I want to talk about this South. Let's recap that. So let's deal with the South of Egypt then. We know, what else do we know that's in the South of Egypt? We know that the Kustul incense burner, the way down there in Kustul, we know the incense burner down there in Kustul, right there on the border of Sudan. Now, if I'm not mistaken, ain't that thing 3,500, 4,000 years old? So don't even talk. Now, remember, we just said don't ever mention the Levant or Mediterranean again. So heal that noise. We need to realize, let's talk about the Kustul incense burner. What's on that? We know proto-hieroglyphics on that damn incense burner. Didn't they just tell you that the Afro-Asiatic languages came from Nubia? Huh? So you see all these languages coming from the South, and you see some ancient proto-hieroglyphics right there at Kustul, and you still, and before, that's 4,000 years old, the first time we even seeing some hieroglyphics. You telling me that somehow magically that's got something to do with Beja, Europe, and we all the way down to Kustul on the border to Sudan? So what else do we know that's down there? We know that Naphtha Playa is not only South Egypt, it's southwest. Now you're going west. Not only you going south, you going west. Don't be going west. They say you can't be going west, man. That's off limits. Start getting into some sub-Saharan areas over there. So we know. So we see the culture coming from the South. We see proto-hieroglyphics. We see the first time we see hieroglyphics, we see it right there at Kustul. We see the white crown in Kustul. We see Naphtha Playa that's 9,000 years old. Go back to 70. Don't that go back to 75? I got it up here. Give me 1 second. I'm about to go to it right now. We see Naphtha Playa in the South. We see them coming back to build Abu Simbel in the South. We see that. Man, you tell me what single piece of monumental structure that is significant to Egyptian culture is built in the Mediterranean or in the Near East or in Levant? Which one? Which pyramid over there? Which sphinx is over there? Why they didn't bury their dead over there? Ramses going to build Abu Simbel over there. Let's keep it. Fakhri Hassan. Let's see what a credential expert got to say about that. Fakhri Hassan. This is a credential expert. This is Fakhri Hassan. Is a geoarchaeologist. A geoarchaeologist. Credential people. TFX. Pay attention. After studying geology and anthropology, Hassan commenced teaching at Washington State University Department of Anthropology. Studied it, then went to go teach it in 74. From 1988 to 90, he acted as advisor to the Ministry of Culture of Egypt. Currently Professor Emeritus. And Professor Emeritus, I like that, Fakhri. He had formerly held the chair of Petrie Professor of Archaeology. You doing it, ain't you, G? Of the Institute of Archaeology and Department of Egyptology. Man, he killing it. This is an expert. Of University College London, Program Director, Masters of Cultural Heritage Management, French University of Egypt in partnership with the Paris Sorbonne University, editor of the African Archaeological Review Journal, contributory editor of the Review of Archaeology. He is also honorary president of the Egyptian Cultural Heritage Organization. This ain't your average smart glass and wearing just mumbo jumbo spewing, cat that's on YouTube, unlike anybody in the Magi. This is a credential expert. Let's see what he has to say. This is his book, Droughts, Food, and Culture, Ecological Change and Food Security in Africa's Later Prehistory. Right? And see what he says. You see the source in the bottom right. The appearance of megalithic monumental tombs and tumuli in the Nigerian Sahara as early as 4700 BC and presumably much earlier in the Eastern Sahara clearly predates the construction of Egyptian mastabas and pyramids by a very long time. Such structures might have been the precursors of Egyptian pyramids and monumental architecture. It is noteworthy that tumuli appear in Egypt in several localities, such as at Nagada and Helwan during pre-dynastic time. Hassan, 1988. Now, does anybody know what a precursor is? I got it. You don't know what it means, Chief X. I got it. A precursor means a person or thing that comes before another of the same kind, a forerunner. We have a geoarchaeologist here who is an expert amongst experts that says that the precursors of the Egyptian pyramids come from Nigeria. There is your West Africa, your Central Africa connection to Northeast Africa. The damn pyramids themselves. Dude, drop me one, King. Drop me one, dude. Send me a bar. There's your... Hold up, didn't y'all say there was no West Central Africa to Northeast Africa connection? Didn't y'all say it wasn't no connect? My man say the pyramids came from there. Say he didn't. Say he didn't say it. The pyramids themselves, the precursors, the origin of the pyramids came from Central West Africa. Shut your mouth up. Let's talk about Nabta Playa, the world's first astronomical site. Was built in Africa and it is older than Stonehenge. This is an article from smart people with smart glasses. This is what we like to read, astronomy.com. This is from a scholarly site, Scholastic. Astronomy.com. This 7,000-year-old stone circle tracked the summer solstice and the arrival of the annual monsoon season. It's also the oldest known astronomical site on Earth. Located in Africa, Nabta Playa stands some 700 miles south of the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. It was built more than 7,000 years ago. 7,000 years ago, making Nabta Playa the oldest. This say it's the 7,000 year old. It was constructed. What did it say? It was the oldest stone circle in the world, making Nabta Playa the oldest stone circle in the world and possibly Earth's oldest astronomical observatory. It was constructed by a cattle worshiping cult. Oh, Lord. But y'all don't pay Brother Reggie no mind, though. Y'all gonna stop with the disrespect to that great man, that great God right there. Brother Reggie ain't nothing to be played with. See, he's a kind-hearted man and a meek man and a humble man, and he can get that cocky. You don't want to see him when he cocky because he can tear your little ego to shreds. You gotta deal with him when he in this nice, honorable sense. Stop talking to him like he ain't that guy. It was constructed by a cattle worshiping cult of nomadic people to mark the summer solstice and the arrival of the monsoons. Here is the human being's first attempt to make some serious connection with the heavens. A professor, J. McKim Malville, a professor emeritus at the University of Colorado and archaeoastronomy expert, tells astronomy. All right, so my man say that we got evidence of the world's oldest observatory is in Nabta Playa 7,000 years ago. Let's get ready to see where that's at. But first, before I do that, I want to touch on something because We need to make this connection, people. What do we know about Nabta Playa and what do we know about the pyramids? Everybody know one key point about pyramids, and what is that, y'all? That is, everybody knows it, that it's built to Orion's belt. It's built to the stars, right? Everybody knows that. Okay, so we got Nabta Playa that's in the south, the very most south of Egypt. That's the world's oldest astronomical site, the world's oldest observatory. They are already charting the stars as south as you can possibly go and west in Egypt. And then we got thousands of years later, we have the fundamentally sounded, the perfection, the pyramid that has been perfected to pristine level that it is now what being built according to the stars. So we know that Nabta Playa is older than them pyramids. So wouldn't it be just common sense for a person to say, okay, well, Fekri Hassan says that the founding of the pyramids come from Nigeria. Then we see Nabta Playa in the most southwest that you can go, the most south you can go, west of Egypt. We don't see that's obviously a connection from those people coming from the west, coming from the west, southwest, building these pyramids, building these astronomical sites, and they're working, and then they finally make their way up to the tippity top and perfected their craft and has sit right there on the borders between Egypt and the Levant to let you know you ain't us, cuz. Why ain't no pyramids being built coming from the far east all the way to the near east towards the west? Where them pyramids and them stone structures coming from over there in India? Where they coming from Iraq and Kazakhstan? Where they coming from Jordan? We don't see no slow building of monuments from astronomical sites and precursors to pyramids coming from that direction, do we? No, we see it coming from the south. Let's look at Liverpool John Moores University. Professor Joel D. Irish. This is his profile. This is his biography. Right on Liverpool's John Moore University's website. He says Professor Joel D. Irish. He's a bioarchaeologist with extensive academic and applied experience in dental anthropology, human osteology, and paleopathology. He also has strong background in prehistoric archaeology, having been involved in over 35 seasons of archaeological and bioarchaeological field work in the U.S., Europe, and Africa. A principal area of research involves a biocultural approach to the Upper Pleistocene through modern peopling of Africa, with a concentration on dental morphometric data to understand population origins, biological affinities, migration, and diachronic adaptation. The man is going in with the science. You want to talk science? The man got science for you. He has assembled a large database of dental and osseous morphometric variants, 313 variables, and over 6,000 individuals. So he clocking them. He ain't just running off at the mouth. The man is doing the work. Recorded in North and Sub-Saharan African samples from institutions throughout the world. So he got quite a significant number where he could do what you would call a scientific process. He can get into a scientific method, scientific theories, because he's got the data. We get ready to see what Professor Joel D. Irish get ready to say. He says, through concentrating on Upper Pleistocene, through recent groups, I've also applied this approach to Paleo-Pleistocene hominins, including Australopithecus, Sediba, and Homo naledi from the Rising Star Cave system, in conjunction with colleagues from South Africa and the U.S. Because of this other research, I have 4 co-edited books, 3 co-authored books, over 100 peer-reviewed articles. My man, Brother Reggie, got his. Okay, over 100 peer-reviewed articles in professional journals, and edited volumes, over 100 presentations at regional, national, and international meetings, and various manuscripts under review or in progress. These are his degrees listed there. Arizona State, PhD, biological anthropology, Minnesota State University, and it continues. Let's see what he said. You gonna take his word if I read you what he says, PKs? You gonna take his word? Can we go with this expert too? Does he qualify or not? All right. Joel D. Irish in 2001 reported in Holocene Settlement of the Egyptian Sahara. This is his book, volume 1. Well, it's Fred Windorf's book. He's writing a portion in it. He says, he reported in the Holocene Settlement of the Egyptian Sahara, based on osteological and dental data, what did I lose my place? Suggested, okay, based on osteological and dental data, suggested a mainly sub-Saharan affinity and origin at Napta, right, with sub-Saharan tendencies most commonly detected, but also possible North African tendencies, concluding that Henningberg et al. Suggests that Napta Playa people may have been most similar to Negroes from the south of the Sahara. The present qualitative dental comparison tentatively supports this conclusion. Does anybody get that? Raise your hand if you get that. All the smart people should raise their hand. We said, this man just said that the people of Napta Playa, that's Egypt, y'all, says that they were most similar to Negroes from the south of the Sahara. I thought Negro wasn't being used no more. Y'all say Negro wasn't being used and black wasn't being used either? Well, they go Negro right there. They say there was Negroes in Napta Playa. So it'd be easy, it's easy to see, that these are black people in Napta and Napta Playa. What we know is black people in Napta Playa. There's black people, Negroes in Napta Playa, building these stone structures, building the world's first observatory. Not no Mediterraneans. Let's keep it going. Egyptian astronomy. Egyptian astronomy began in prehistoric times in the pre-dynastic period. I want to zoom in on this right quick. Look at that Scorpio, y'all. Look at that beautiful Egyptian art. That's right. That's our ancestors. I ain't even holding back no more. It's over with for y'all. Those are black Africans. They Negroes. They Negroes, like Joel D. Irish just said, and Hindenburg just said. They Negroes in Napta Playa. This is what you're dealing with. Star structures. You're dealing with astronomy and astrology. Look at this. The first evidence of a Sagittarius. Negroes in Napta Playa. Let's keep going. Egyptian astronomy began in prehistoric times in the pre-dynastic period in the 5th millennium BCE. The stone circles at Napta Playa may have made use of astronomical alignments. By the time the historical dynastic period began in the 3rd millennium BCE, the 365-day period of the Egyptian calendar was already in use, and the observation of the stars was important in determining the annual flooding of the Nile. The Egyptian pyramids were carefully aligned towards the pole star, and the temple of Amun-Ra at Karnak was aligned on the rising of the midwinter sun. These people that's building these structures are the Negroes at Napta Playa. That's what Joel D. Irish just said. Astronomy played a considerable part in fixing the dates of religious festivals. I said Negroes, y'all. Of religious festivals and determining the hours of night, and temple astrologers were especially adept at watching the stars and observing the conjunctions and rising of the sun, moon, and planets, as well as the lunar phases. That's from Wikipedia. Let's go. Let's take a good look at these beautiful structures. So I did all that, family, to show the connection between, there's your Cthulhu incense burner. Look at that Apis bull on it. You get him, Brother Reggie. Huh? That's that Apis bull on there. That's 3,500, 4,000 BC right there on the borders of Sudan, right? There's Napta Playa there, southwest, on the borders of Sudan. Southwest Egypt is south as you can go, going west, right? And then Ramses came back and built this in the south of Abu Simbel. And we're going to show where it's all located so you get a true understanding of where them Negroes is at. Look at my man down there on the cell phone. Yeah. Man, this is marvelous. Look at this. Beauty. Look at these stars. Look at the pyramids of the stars. Let's map it out from a great king, brother, Pan-African James. Let's see where Abu Simbel is. You see Abu Simbel? See, y'all thought I was lying when I said it's on the border of Sudan or something. It's Abu Simbel down there. Now, this beautiful structure is built on the borders of Sudan. I wonder why. Now, let's look at Kustul and Abu. There go Kustul right there. And where's Naphtali? It's on this map, ain't it? Because I don't slip. There's Naphtali. See that? When I said Southwest and you didn't believe me on the border of Sudan, it looked like it's proof right here. Where's these sources? This is from Cambridge. I didn't make this map. That's from Cambridge. Where's this map? This is from the Museum of Chicago. The Chicago Museum, showing you where Kustul is at. Why they got the Kustul instance burner, the first oldest known evidence of a monarchy right there? Yo, first time of ever seeing a king is right there on the borders of Sudan. First time the world ever heard of a king was on the borders of Sudan. First time they heard of astrology. The first time they heard of astronomy is on the borders of Sudan. The first time they see something that looks like a pyramid is coming from Nigeria. Shut your mouth up. Negroes, like Joel Diarra said. Let's talk about Robert G. Morcott. Let me bring you another expert. I like that name, Rob. Robert G. Morcott is an archaeologist and academic specializing in ancient Egypt. He is the senior lecturer in archaeology at the University of Exeter. His current research is focused on the external relations of ancient Egypt, particularly the relations with Kush. They got Sudan in parentheses right there. He also works on the historiography of ancient Egypt. Morcott worked at the Petrie Museum of Egyptian Archaeology before completing a PhD at University College London from 83 to 87 on the relations of Egypt with Kush between 1500 and 700 BC. He was a fellow at the Oriental Institute, Oxford, from 1987 to 91, and taught at the City University and the University of Surrey before he joined the University of Exeter in 96. Morcott contributed to the 91 book Centuries of Darkness, edited by Peter James, the book questioning the conventional Egyptian chronology. It's my brother Pan-African James' favorite word. I love King. Caused a stir in the academic community and beyond. His thesis remains controversial. In addition to his academic work, Morcott has written a number of books on Egypt aimed at the general public, along with a book on Greek history, the Penguin Historical Atlas of Ancient Greece. This is his education here: University of College London, Petrie Museum, Archaeology Institute, Oriental Institute of Oxford, the University of Surrey, University, where we just spoke, the City University and University of Surrey, we taught. Why y'all not aiming this book at us? You got books aiming books at us on every damn show. And as soon as it open up, you got books aiming them straight at us. Boom, boom, boom. We getting shot. Oh. We getting shot. Everybody's getting murdered by a book. Look at his book. This book is doing so much damage. This is this is evolution. You know what I'm saying? This is the evolution book. We got aim this book. The Black Pharaohs, Egypt's Nubian Rulers by Robert G. Morcott. Shoot this book at me, man. This book says the Black Pharaohs. I thought you said black wasn't utilized in academia. Here we got an academic, a profound academic, Robert George Morcott, an archaeologist and academic. I didn't even make that up. Specializing in ancient Egypt. We read his credentials. This is his book. The Black Pharaohs. Why y'all aiming this book at? you telling me black ain't utilized in academia? You're a lie. Let's talk to y'all favorite expert, ChatGPT. What say you? Let's see. What is Robert Morcott's book, The Black Pharaohs, Egypt's Nubian Rulers, about? He's so famous in your beloved ChatGPT. They betrayed you, G. They was working for us. You don't know we made ChatGPT. Robert Morcott's book, The Black Pharaohs, Egypt's Nubian Rulers, explores the history of Nubian kings who ruled over Egypt during the 25th dynasty. It delves into their political influence, cultural impact, and the interactions between Nubia and Egypt during this period. Does Robert Morcott view the Nubians as black pharaohs? Yes. In his book, The Black Pharaohs, Egypt's Nubian Rulers, Robert Morcott refers to the Nubian rulers of the 25th dynasty as the Black Pharaohs. This term is used to highlight their Nubian origin and the distinctive cultural and political contributions they made during their rule in ancient Egypt. There's black being utilized in academia. You call them Black Pharaohs. I thought y'all said they don't utilize it. And not only is it utilized in academia, man, it's used at the creme de la creme of academia. This is Brown University. Let's look up. This is a syllabus. This is a course outline that is required. And the source is down there from Brown EDU. This was in 2012. This was a book that you had to get when you was taking a course on Nubia. You had to get this man's book at Brown University. Let's say Brown University. Maybe we're not abreast with Brown University. We're going to get to it. This is Morcott, Robert George Morcott, 2000, The Black Pharaohs, Egypt's Nubian Rulers. Man, they teaching this at Brown? They teaching that it's black people that ruled Egypt at Brown University. Man, I guess we just ain't in on the we ain't in on it. Whereas we not in on the catch, on the gimmick. We not in on the hook and sinker. We don't. We not in on the game. On the what's up? They teaching black pharaohs at Brown University. Stop running your mouth, PKs. Black is utilized in academia. Not only in academia, it's utilized at the creme de la creme, at the highest of the highest. You ain't getting no more higher in Brown University. Not in America, you ain't. This says Brown University is a private Ivy League research university in Providence, Rhode Island. It is the 7th oldest institution of higher education in the United States, founded in 1764 as the college in the English colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, one of nine colonial colleges chartered before the American Revolution. It was the first college in the United States to codify in its charter that admission and instruction of students was to be equal, regardless of their religious affiliation. Get with it, Brown. Let's see what the Ivy League is, because they say Brown is a private Ivy League. What's Ivy League, though? Ivy League is an American collegiate athletic conference comprising 8 private research institutions, universities in the northeastern United States. The term Ivy League is typically used outside sports to refer to the 8 schools as a group of what? Elite colleges with connotations of academic excellence, selectivity in admissions, and social elitism. Its members are Brown University, Columbia University, Cornell, get them, Brother Jabari, Dartmouth College, Harvard University, Princeton University, University of Pennsylvania, and Yale University. The conference headquarters are in Princeton. So let's run it down. Let's recap, because I know we get lost. Robert G. Morcott's The Black Pharaohs. He's calling pharaohs black people. Is being taught at the top of the top of the top in this great country, right? It's being taught at the top of the top at Brown University, an Ivy League school. They say them people black. Let's keep going with it. Juan Carlos Moreno Garcia, my man, how you be? Is another credentialed expert, Chief X, Bobby Banger, Gullah Geechee and Goldie, Sosa, Chef, Corey, Brass, Juju, Miss Tiffany. I should have called the Queen's name first. I had to do that list over. The Queen's gonna come before y'all. Juju, Stu, Queen Juju, the goddess Juju, the Queen Tiffany, the goddess Tiffany, and then all the rest of y'all come after that. Since they say I don't put the goddesses first, you ought to see my screensaver. That's a lie. Yeah, indeed it is. You think I don't know? I mean, shoot. Juan Carlos Moreno Garcia, PhD in Egyptology. PhD is a CNRS senior researcher at the University of Paris, Paris 4 Sorbonne, as well as lecturer on social and economic history of ancient Egypt at the École des Hautes Études in Sciences Sociales. I don't speak whatever language look like, French or Spanish, French. I don't speak it, so I can't pronounce this crap. He has published extensively on the. I like the French language, y'all. That was just a joke. He has published extensively on the administration, socio-economic history, and landscape organization of ancient Egypt, usually in a comparative perspective with other civilizations of the ancient world, and has organized several conferences on these topics. Recent publications include Dynamics of Production in the Ancient Near East, 1300 500 BC, El Egypte des Pharaohs, De Normal Doctrine, pretty well 50, et cetera, and Ancient Egyptian Administration. He is also chief editor of the Journal of Egyptian History, Brill, and area editor, economy of the UCLA Encyclopedia of Egyptology. Sidestone, that's where I got that. This is a YouTube interview. This is an interview in which he was on. I had the video to play, but I don't think that for some reason, I can't get the audio to be loud enough. But in this, Smash has played this a million times. In this video, the first opening question, and y'all go to YouTube, there's the link down there. Okay? I'll give you a second to copy that link. Or it's just right there, or you just write that description down. I ain't ready for my dog yet. Study of Antiquity in the Middle Ages, description. Y'all go to YouTube and type in before the 25th dynasty, Black Ancient Egyptians, Egyptologists, Dr. Juan, go to YouTube and go to Study of Antiquity in the Middle Ages before the 25th dynasty. Just type that in. Y'all see what to type in. Go ahead and screenshot that, y'all. Go ahead and write it down. I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, family, in this video here, the opening question.
Can you turn your phone back sideways, please, if you can?
It is, King. It's sideways.
Okay.
That's just that's just how it look, King. That
okay. I just wanted to make sure you was on point. Peace.
Indeed, King. Blessings. Here, the first opening question, y'all, and Smash showed this 1,000 times, and I guiltily, ashamedly admit that I didn't catch this until now as well. Some of that stuff, he's so advanced, man. Even simple stuff go over our heads because, King is just eloquent like that. But in the first question, the interviewer, Nick Barksdale, asked Dr. Juan Moreno Garcia. He says, it's commonly people say that, you can't be Black and be Egyptian. He said, I always thought that you can be Black and be Egyptian. Would you agree? His response was, yes, I think so. There is another credentialed expert that's identifying Egyptians as Black. Y'all said that they don't. Y'all said that they don't exist. Yeah, and he ain't say nothing about nobody sitting on the back of no bus or no 1950s racial construct. He simply said, yes, I agree. They can be Black. That's a credentialed expert. That's not nobody from the PKs. This is a man who went to school for numerous years, who has published articles and written books, who's attended these universities, who's got the credentials. He said you can be black and be Egyptian. Why won't you let it go? Let's see what my man Charles Bonnet say. What up, Charles? Charles is a Swiss archaeologist, specialist of ancient Nubia. Specialist, I like that word. On the 6th of March 2013, the foundation, Port Genève, with which the Geneva authorities and the University of Geneva were associated, presented the 2013 prize. They give him a man awards. Professor Charles Bonnet. This personality was rewarded for his commitment and action at the international and national levels, in the international and national levels, in favor of archaeology. Charles Bonnet is one of the leading specialists in the field of medieval Christian archaeology. His brilliant research in Egypt and Sudan, in particular on the site of Kerma, has made him an indispensable reference in the archaeology of the Nile Valley. These are the sources. They presenting G awards. Let's see what he got to say. All right, Charles, talk to me nice. Charles, what you got for me, G? Charles writing books called The Black Kingdom on the Nile. Charles, let me ask you something, Charles. Charles, you understand what the term black mean? Charles say, yeah. Charles, you know you could have made a book about anything, right? Charles say, yeah. Charles, you, out of all the things you chose to do, Charles, you wanted the title of your book, The Black Kingdom of the Nile? Charles said, yeah. Charles, out of all the people that you could have got to write the foreword of your book, you wanted Henry Louis Gates? He said, yeah. Charles, you know they say that it ain't no black being utilized in academia. Charles said it's a lie. Charles say that it's a black kingdom on the Nile. Let's see who he got to write his foreword on this book that is being published and being, as you see, sourced and mentioned and talked about and utilized at where? Another Ivy League school, Harvard. There the source is at the bottom, where I got this from, Harvard website. This is what they talking about at Harvard. Black kingdoms on the Nile. They just don't tell y'all about it. They say they can't tell you about it because they don't want to see no more black on black bloodshed. They say, man, them boys that's repping their beauty and their black skin, that broke the chains and they claiming everything back black, they say them boys in danger. They say we better try to just kind of keep this a little, because they in danger. They're going to get ridiculed. They're going to get called scammers. They're going to get called liars. They're going to get disrespected. They're going to get on a daily made fun of, belittled, just because they doing what they talking about, what Charles Bonnet talking about. Y'all got a goddamn nerve, don't you? You got a nerve on you. You got some nerve to come at this great platform with the honorable, mighty, majestic Smash Rockwell and the years he put in, having a sound mind to be a righteous man throughout his whole life, and chose to study in a field that's dealing with ancient black history, and is in agreement with Charles Bonnet, is in agreement with Joel Iris, is in agreement with Juan Moreno Garcia, is in agreement. I'm disappointed, man. Let's see what Henry Louis Gates got to say about it. This Henry Louis Gates, he the one wrote the foreword on Charles Bonnet's book. Let's see what Margie talking about. Henry Louis Gates Jr. is an American literary critic, professor, historian, and filmmaker who serves as the Alphonse Fletcher University professor and the director of the Hutchins Center for African and African American Research at the Harvard University. Harvard University. Henry Louis Gates, they're gonna put some respect on you, G. You wanted them sources, you wanted them experts, you wanted the credentials, you got what you wanted tonight. This is another field that you ain't got no business playing in. This is a different type of monster. When you're dealing with Egypt, leave her alone. Don't play with her. You can't play with the mama. And she the baby mama. when you think about it, because she ain't even the old mama. She just a young mama. She just a pretty 25-year-old mama. You need to go to Nigeria when you want to put some respect on that black African queen that been sitting on the throne. That's how you got your damn pyramids to learn that science and astronomy and all the basis for your for your scientific makeup today. Put some respect on it. G say he is the trustee of the Guild of Lerman Institute of American History. He rediscovered the earliest known African American novels and has published extensively on the recognition of African American literature as a part of the Western canon. In addition to producing and hosting previous series on the history and genealogy of prominent American figures since 2012. Case has been host of the television series Finding Your Roots on PBS. Stop playing with them. You think they're gonna put my G on there for no reason? My man on PBS for no reason. He writing the forewords in credential expert Egyptologist books for no reason. Stop playing with him. The series combines the work of expert researchers in genealogy, history, and historical research in genetics to tell guests about the lives and histories of their ancestors. Why on God's green earth, if this man is on a TV show that's got experts and everybody else talking about genealogy, history, and historic, why is he writing stuff like this in Charles Bonnet book? Landmark archaeological excavations that radically revise the early history of Africa for the past 50 years. Charles Bonnet has been excavating sites in present-day Sudan and Egypt that point to the existence of a sophisticated ancient black God almighty! Why is this in this man's book? It ain't supposed to be in there. They not supposed to be calling somebody black according to according to the PKs, these experts ain't supposed to be doing that. Charles Bonnet has been excavating sites in present-day Sudan and Egypt that point to the existence of a sophisticated ancient black African civilization thriving alongside the Egyptians. Right? In the Black Kingdom of the Nile, he gathers the results of these excavations to reveal the distinctively indigenous culture of the Black Nubian city of Kerma, the capital of Kingdom of Kush. This powerful and complex political state organized trade to the Mediterranean basin. Not their origin was from the Mediterranean. They traded with them niggas and built up a military strong enough to resist Egyptian forces. And I can continue to go on, right? And I want to finish it because I'm going to do King justice too. The Black King ain't going to cut you short. Egyptian forces further explorations at Dukai, Del, north of Kerma, right? Could be Dookie, could be Dukai. I don't know. North of Kerma. Reveal a major Nubian fortified city of the mid-second millennium. Now, let me pause right here because I feel something in the air. And they're going to say, well, he said black African Nubians and there was body Egyptians. Yeah, cool. But the point I want to pull out is these niggas say that black ain't being utilized in academia and that it ain't being utilized and it is. They calling people black all over Egypt, and you're going to have to realize that, and I'm getting ready to show you even more sources. They calling them black in Nubia. They calling these people black all in these books, and you're going to have to accept it. They black. Charles Bonnet said so. Henry Louis Gates said so. My man Joel D. Irish called them Negroes. Dr. Juan Moreno Garcia said, yes, he thinks so, that you could be black and be Egyptian. That's what he said in his interview. Did I miss somebody so far? I don't even want to go back. I ain't missed nobody. It says Bonnet, okay. Fortified city of the mid-second millennium BCE, featured complex round and oval structures. Bonnet also found evidence of the revival of another powerful black Nubian society. Another one? Nubian society. Another what? Powerful black Nubian society. What kind of society? A Nubian. What color is black? How did they feel? Powerful. What were they? Give me an attribute to describe them. Powerful. 7 centuries after Egypt conquered Kush around 1500 BCE when he unearthed 7 life-size granite statues of black pharaohs. Bonnet's discoveries have shaken our understanding of the origins and sophistication of, has shaken the foundation, have shaken our understanding of origins and sophistication of early civilization in the heart of Black Africa. Until Bonnet began his work, no one knew the extent and power of the Nubian state or the existence of the black pharaohs who presided successfully over the land. So before Bonnet, ain't nobody know what was going on. Appreciate you, Bonnet. Thank you, Charles, for bringing these powerful black societies to the forefront. Appreciate you, Charles. Thank you for talking about Henry Louis Gates. I salute you, kings. The political, military, and commercial achievements revealed in these Nubian sites challenge our long-held belief that the Egyptians were far more advanced than their southern neighbors and that black kingdoms were effectively vassal states. They said they challenged the beliefs. It's a lie. So what you saying? So they wasn't no far more advanced. You know why they wasn't? Because shit, we done already knocked that out the frame. Because these the same damn people. Yeah, damn fool. And that black kingdoms were effectively vassal states. Yeah. See, one thing about it, when you get to Nubia, it's something come up in these people's souls that I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie, man, but I think it was some horror movie, and like I forgot, it's got Anthony Hopkins crazy ass in there, but it's The Right or something like that. And you know, he's a priest and he becomes possessed with a devil. This may be a poor analogy, but and his protege, his student is a priest that don't believe in God, which is, you know, of course, ironic. And what happens in the movie, the plot is that God, well, you know, I guess you would have to blame it on God because he's supposedly the commander in chief of the devil, allows this priest, his teacher, Anthony Hopkins, to get possessed with the devil to reveal to him the truth of God, that God exists. And so it's a point in the movie where, you know, to conquer the demon, you know, we all know you have to get the demon to say his name. And so he's asking Anthony, the demon and Anthony, you know, the priest to say his name, and finally he rips it out and he couldn't hold it in no more. He says his name. He yells his name out, Baal. He yells out loud as possible, Baal. That's what happens with these Egyptologists when they get to Nubia. They be trying to hide black and don't want to say black. But man, when they get there, man, it be something that come in them and they get to shaking. Man, they get the twitching, they get the sweating. They say, "What's going on, Charles? You good?" "No, I'm straight." "What's going on, Henry?" "I'm good." "Joel, I'm good." I'm like, what do those people look like? Well, you know, they kind of had, you know, their noses. Well, oh, really? What did the skin? Well, you know, it was kind of like, you know, they had brown. Well, you know, they had to scream it. They can't hold it in. You got to admit when you get to Nubia what time it is, baby. You can't hold it in. And so we know that this is the same people, but see, they want to separate it. But God, when they get that, they got to tell the truth, but they try to disguise it. Can't even find the shit until a certain period in the Egyptian text. They done knocked that out the frame. And Sally Ann Ashton and Donald B. Reffer then come and check your fellow Egyptologists and say, well, like Donald B. Reffer say, well, goodness gracious, if you're going to call the Egyptians, if you're going to call the Nubians black, then what the hell you going to call the Egyptians? Donald B. Reffer said that. I had that in here. And I left it out and I need to go back and get it. But go Google that. Another one. Let's do my man DJ Charlie B. DJ Charlie B, we the best. Another one. The Nubian Pharaohs, Black Kings on the Nile. This is written by Charles Bonnet and Dominique Valbell. Now, who is Dominique Valbell? She just probably some regular old blow Joe Schmo on her. You're not a credentialed person writing stuff like the Nubian pharaohs, black kings on the Nile in academia. No credentialed scholar would do something like that. They wouldn't say that. They wouldn't say black kings on the Nile, would they? Let's see who she is. She must be a fraud. She must not be an expert. Well, let's see. Dominique Valbert is a French Egyptologist born on September 15th, 1947 in Paris. Whoops. She was director. What? She was director? Oh, man. She was director of the Institute of Egyptology of the University of Laos from 83 to 2001 and headed the Center of Research, the Researchers Egyptology. I can't pronounce it, it's French. De la Sorbonne from 2001 to 2013. She chaired the French Society of Egyptology from 97 to 2009 and held one of its vice presidents from 2009 to 2017. She is co-scientific director. Co-scientific director? Why is you writing stuff like Black Kings on the Nile? Unc said you ain't supposed to be doing that. He say black ain't utilized in academia. That these people ain't identified as black. Well, you got black kings in the Nile. That's what the chair of the French Society of Egyptology from 97 to 2009 said. She is co-scientific director of Franco-Egyptian Center for the Study of the Temples of Karnak. She holds the chair of Egyptology at the University of Paris for Sorbonne from 2001 to 16. Until 2011, Dominique Valbert led a campaign on the Tel El Her site, North Sinai. She still participates as an epigraphist in the Swiss Archaeological Mission in Kerma. There she go. What's up, Dominique? I appreciate you writing a book. Calling them kings black on the Nile. This our you know what I'm saying? This the one right here. This the one you won't play with right here. See, y'all done let them GDs through the door. You weren't supposed to let Shorty in. Y'all slipped when you made a grave error. Shorty, she need to be played with. You hear me? Dr. Sally Ann Ashton ain't cutting no corners. She ain't gonna go on no platforms, walking on eggshells. Shorty gonna come straight for the neck. Salute, Dr. Sally Ann Ashton. Let's see who she is. Okay. She got a blog site. That's where I got it from, KimandExpert.com. She has a bachelor's in ancient Greek from the University of Manchester and has a bachelor's honoraries and a master's in classical archaeology from King's College University. She remained at King's to undertake research for a PhD in Egyptian archaeology. PhD? Is she a credentialed expert? Yeah. Yes, she is. Bless her heart. She's just a sweet thing. We get ready to let you know what she say in a minute. Her thesis was entitled Ptolemaic Royal Sculpture from Egypt, the Greek and Egyptian styles and their interaction. In addition to publishing numerous books and articles on a wide range of subjects relating to ancient Egyptian and Sudanese cultures, Sally Ann Ashton. Sally Ann has undertaken archaeological and anthropological fieldwork in Egypt, Sudan, Libya, Greece, Italy, and the Caribbean. Her last project at Cambridge was the history of African hair combs. We showed that, y'all ignored it. Smash, salute to you, King. Blessings be upon you, God. Bless you and your entire family and all of your colleagues and friends on the side of my voice, the great black gods. It's a damn shame you can bring a scholar's work out like that and they sweep that shit under the rug. You brought it out. You showed it. They came back. They pulled a you know what I'm saying? They pulled a Houdini. You know what I mean? They pulled a Houdini. Pulled a Dumbledore. We got missing, and then we ain't see it. We ain't seen nothing like that. I ain't seen no that. We ain't seen no presentation from Sally Ann Ashton. Smash showed it when she said that them people had nappy, kinky, beautiful, curly, kinky, big black afros and was black and had afro hair and African hair and wouldn't have had nothing to do with no damn wig. You gonna pick a wig out? That's the only thing you gonna pick out. You just gonna comb the wig in it and just make a comb for a wig. but somehow you get a side lock. How's a lock form? Everybody in their damn right mind knows a lock don't just pop out and nat it and nappy. You got to form it to lock. And if it locked, that means you got a certain quality of hair. Everybody had on lock without certain, you know what I'm saying, certain things done to it that you need to have it to lock that, be of some type of style and not just some type of wild, you know what I mean? You know, they styled their hair. That was a style, man. Let's talk about it. She is currently writing a new book on Cleopatra. I'm anxious to see that. They're going to try to hide that book. That might have already came out. The Fitzwilliam Museum and an African Approach to Egypt. Welcome to the Fitzwilliam Museum's virtual Kemet Egypt in its African context. It's my favorite article. Brought this out. Y'all ignored it. Let's see what she say. There are many links between ancient Egyptian and modern African culture, ranging from objects such as headrests to hairstyles, such as the side lock. And this and other evidence support the idea that it was an African culture in addition to being geographically in Africa. For these reasons, Egypt is seen by people of African descent as part of their cultural heritage and history. The concept of Egypt as part of Africa is not a new one. Some of the earliest travelers to Egypt came from the ancient cultures of Greece and Rome, including Greek philosophers, mathematicians, scientists, writers, and poets who came to learn from the priests. Yeah. Well, they came to teach them. What word did he say? Did she say teach or learn? She said learn. To the Greeks and Romans, Egypt was an African country, and their artists depicted Egyptians as Africans with what? Black skin and tightly curled hair, described by the Greek historian Herodotus in the 5th century BC as woolly. Now, why would an Egyptologist be saying that? She's credentialed. She says, were the people in ancient Kemet the same groups of people who live in Egypt today? Let's repeat the question. Might have misheard it. Were the people in ancient Kemet the same groups of people who live in Egypt today? No.
Finish him.
Throughout Egypt's history, it has traded and fought with people from other countries. From around 750 BC, the Nubian rulers, often called the Kushites, controlled Kemet and became its 25th dynasty. During this time, Kemet enjoyed a renaissance. During this time, Kemet enjoyed a renaissance. During this time, Kemet enjoyed a renaissance. I sound like Dr. Umar. Or return to earlier culture, as indicated by the promotion of the what? Or return to earlier culture. Started over, Dr. Umar. During this time, Kemet enjoyed a renaissance, or return to earlier culture, or return to earlier culture, or return to earlier culture. Return to earlier culture. You had to leave and come back for that to happen. The earlier culture in Egypt, as indicated by the promotion of the cult of the god Amun, and also copies of earlier statues that were made by officials and the rulers. Later, the population was affected by the immigration. What? Later, the population was affected. Later, the population was affected by the immigration of soldiers, traders, and settlers from outside cultures, which included 2 Persian invasions. In 525 BC and 343 BC, Macedonians, Greeks who ruled Kemet from 332 to 30 BC, Romans who took control of Kemet in 30 BC, and the Islamic settlement in AD 642. Today, many people forget that Egypt is part of the continent of Africa, and only, god damn! Today, many people forget that Egypt is part of the continent of Africa, and only think of the modern state. They only think of the modern state. They're only thinking of the modern state, which has closer ties to the Islamic world and is often seen by people to be part of the Middle East. The Middle East includes countries such as Syria, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, and the Arabian Peninsula, were the ancient Egyptians Africans. What color was their skin? Were the ancient Egyptians Africans? What color was their skin? This is the question she posed in her own article. So she posed it before we could even ask. She like, I know y'all gonna ask. Before you ask, let me just be honest with you right quick. Let me be honest with y'all because, you know, let me make my own blog site so I can kick this how I really want to kick it. You know, let me get really to it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they ain't been honest with y'all boys. They been pulling that wool over your eyes for a long time, and they didn't let a real one through the door. So you want to know, were the Egyptians Africans and what color was their skin? Bet. Yes. Egypt is in Africa, and there are many cultural links to other African civilizations. If we look at the skin color and also facial features on representations of Egyptians, many are what we would consider today, not 1950, not 1947, not 1931, not 1920, not 1965, not 1978, not 1980, not 1990, 2000, 2005. This woman wrote this article in 2000. I get the date. This is late 2000. 2000 something, past 2000 to date. And that's my mistake for not having it. But this is in the past the year 2000. 2011, I want to say 2012. I go and get the article. Damn sure ain't the 50s. This is Sally Ann Ashton. That's my one mistake in this entire presentation. And I can admit to it right now for not having a date on this article. She say today. Let's be reasonable here then. Because even I ain't going to get it right all the time. Can we be reasonable? Can we be reasonable and understand that this conversation that she's having is taking place between 2010 and 2024. And we'll just go get it and I'll back it up. It's after 2000. It's modern times, people. Today, modern times is what she means. Modern time. She say many of what we would consider today in modern times is what she means. Let's be reasonable and logical, and let's be smart about this, people. This is for the high level thinkers. This is not for the detractors who want to hone in and some shit like that and be like, we don't know what to do. Nigga, it's modern times. Don't distract. Don't detract. Many of what we would consider today to be Black Africans. Let's step it up a notch, people. Skin colors on temple and wall reliefs show ranges between dark brown and black, which is typical of what we see today with regard to people of Black African descent or origin. Furthermore, Nubians, a group who are accepted universally as Black Africans, are like their neighbors from Kemet. Like their neighbors from Kemet. Like their neighbors from Kemet, shown on relief with both jet black, and red brown skin, and can be distinguished as Nubians by their short wig. Shout out to Sally Ann Ashton. I'm gonna take a quick swig of water, my kings, and I'm back at it. Like I never left. How am I doing so far? What the chat talking about? They killing me. They crucifying me in the chat.
Nah, everybody with you, King. Just keep going. You doing good. How much longer you think you got to go?
Damn, King, I got a little more. Am I going on too long? You want to do
No,
a part?
you doing your thing. We right here with you, baby.
There we go. God blesses to the kings. All right, let's keep it going. I got my little drink of water. What do credentials? I love that term, Chief X. You made me happy. Credential. It ain't even a down. I need to go see it as an actual word, G. I think you. I mean, you can put an ed on damn near anything though. But what do you know what I'm saying? I think, G. But we'll see. What do credentials? That's his favorite word. Credentials, people. I think it's just people with credentials. But we'll see. Bad sense of credentials. Geneticists have to say about admixture. Does it affect the population or not? Let's see. Let's see what geneticists have to say about admixture. Does it affect? I want to talk to a geneticist. All due respect to all Egyptologists and all you know what I mean, and anybody else. But when we talk about admixture, we got to deal with a geneticist now. Let's see what a geneticist said. There go Catherine L. Caroons, PhD, evolutionary geneticist, computational biologist, Department of Evolutionary, Anthropology, Duke University, Durham, North Carolina, United States of America. I like you, Kathy. I like you, Catherine. So you're an evolutionary geneticist, huh? You're a computational biologist, huh? You doing your thing, huh, Shorty? You got it going on. All right, we're gonna see what you're talking about then. I might pull a PK, and if I don't like what you're saying, I'm gonna throw it out. Department of Evolutionary Anthropology, Duke University, Durham, North Carolina, United States of America. What's up with Amy Goldberg, PhD? Assistant Professor of Evolutionary Anthropology. Or you the top one there. Because see, they don't know that Catherine L. Caroons actually went to your lab. But see, they don't do nothing but wiki because they lazy. They wouldn't know who the hell y'all is. You got a lab, don't you, Amy Goldberg? You got a lab, and Catherine came to your lab. Y'all all at Duke University running that anthropology thing, ain't you? Do your thing, shorty. Assistant Professor of Evolutionary Anthropology. Assistant Professor. Top. Department of Evolutionary Anthropology. Duke University, Durham, North Carolina. Let's see what they say. This is from the National Library of Medicine. Uh-oh. So what do you mean? This ain't from the PK channel? Where is this from? This ain't, huh? This from the National Library of Medicine. PubMed Central, Human Genetic Admixture. Catherine L. Caroons, and Amy Goldberg. Gregory S. Barsh is the editor. This is the introduction. This ain't the abstract. This ain't the abstract. So don't try to, what would you think? I don't know how to read the article. This is the introduction, Holmes. They about to introduce you to what they talking about. They about to introduce you to their findings. They about to introduce you to their conclusion right quick. One of the major insights from the modern genomic era is the ubiquity of migration and admixture throughout human history. Admixed populations are formed as moderate to large-scale movements of individuals admixed populations are formed as moderate to large-scale movements of individuals allow the exchange of genes from two or more previously isolated populations. So you have to be an isolated population, and then they have to see a flow from genes in order for them to classify that as admixture. Okay, creating populations with ancestors from multiple sources. Multiple sources your ancestors must be. These processes shape modern human genetic and phenotypic variation and may lead to differences in disease risk between populations. I think that's a big, I think we may need to, let me read that again, because that's speaking volumes right there, and that went over a lot of people's heads just now. And this is science, this ain't racism. This isn't science, this is not discrimination, this is science, this is not hate. They said these processes shape modern human genetic and phenotypic variation and may lead to differences in disease risk between populations. So I think it'd be wise of of admixture because of what? The potential, what it says in the risk of may lead to differences in disease risk between populations. Indeed, admixture is one of the fastest evolutionary process. Why you don't know this? No, he studied evolutionism. Ain't this man an evolutionary expert? Okay, no, he's a it's a no, it's a lie. He don't know about evolution because they said indeed admixture is one of the fastest evolutionary processes to dramatically change the composition of a population. Nigga, what? What? Nigga, dramatically change? What you mean? What the? What? My composition could dramatically change? What you mean, like an apple turned to an orange? Damn near. You said, what you mean dramatically change? What you mean, like if we was eating pizza and I left the room and when it was a full pizza and I left and came back, half the pizza gone? You mean like it ain't no one slice gone, or like if I got a stack of $1,000, if I got a stack of $1,000, I got a stack, I got a straight band right now, and I leave it, and you take out $1, and I might not know, I might have 1,999, I might have $999, might not know, but if you take $500 out of that one, I can dramatically see that it didn't change. This stack that I had, leave it set on the dresser, and you came in and stole from me, G. Dramatically change. It ain't the same. What you mean? That mean it ain't the same no more? Dramatically change. Admixture is one of the fastest evolutionary processes to dramatically change the composition of a population. Sound like this. You with Dr. Sally and Ashton then. So it's two more credentialed experts that study genetics, who are evolutionary geneticists, computational biologists. They are in agreement with Sally Ann Ashton when she say that them people is not the same no more. Stop lying. Stop lying. Despite their ubiquity and importance, admixed populations remain understudied in population and medical genetics, especially from a theoretical perspective. Recent empirical studies of admixed populations have emphasized inclusion of populations that have historically been excluded or underrepresented in genetic studies, producing important insights into human genetic and phenotypic variation. Data from the National Library of Medicine. Admixture can dramatically change your ass. You keep with that damn admixture and you'll turn your apple to an orange. You'll go from $1,000 to $500. You'll mess around and go from black to Kim Jong-un. Stop playing. You can go from Drake daddy to Drake's son. Stop playing around. You can go from El DeBarge's mama to El DeBarge's daddy. Stop playing around. You can go from Blake Griffin daddy. You can mess around and go. You can go from Blake Griffin daddy to Blake Griffin children, and everybody I just named was beautiful in all their shapes, sizes, colors, and everything. Kim Jong-un, you crazy as hell though. We don't rock with you, G. But you know what I'm saying? But you can change. Stop playing around with that admixture. Mess around and change dramatically. So the answer is what? Can I get a oh yeah? Does admixture affect the population? Does admixture affect the population? Not only do it affect it, it dramatically affect it. Stop with the lies and trying to bully somebody on y'all show. And Dr. Kuna up there scared to death. You know what I'm saying? Po Queen, don't, baby girl, come to the Magi. Go on, come over here. Then intimidated that lady, scared as hell. And as soon as she said something about the admixture and them people changing, it don't mean that they're changing, though. They was just influenced. That nonsense. She like, yeah, okay, cool. Let me hurry up. I need to get the hell up out of here. I feel attacked. Of course they changed. Let's get to another expert. I want to read this right quick. I had a specific thing I wanted to say about my boy right here. Where he at? I had that written down. There it is. I got you. Ooh, yeah. Damn, that look bad. All right, y'all. Let's go back. Let's travel a little bit back in time. Y'all remember, because I've been going for a little while and had some things I need to take care of, man. I'm back. Here we go. Y'all remember where I left off at a few weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, on the big stage, Sinetta TV. Remember when the Honorable Great God King Smash Rockwell and the Honorable Great God King Jabari and the Honorable Great God King Brother Reggie and the Honorable Great God King Sekou was on there, and they was hawking them ops down like they was duck hunting. Remember that? You remember when they had the 4 horsemen on there, man, and them kings was on there doing the dirt than any other detractors and opposers to Black Egypt. Them boys was tag team matching them niggas. Now, you remember when Unc came on the show, Bobby Banger, he came, he said, Black Americans need to learn about, I quoted him. This is quotes. I got you in a quote, G. You quoted this, you quoted. You quoted saying this. I got you quoted, G. You quoted. You said Black Americans need to learn about what the standard of race is in the scientific community, which is universal. You can go to anthropologists in Ghana and they would say that they're not Black people, referring to Africans and Egyptians in particular. You can go to an anthropologist in Cuba, they would say they're not Black people. Now, I got that in parentheses, so you didn't say referring to African Egyptians in particular. What you said, I'm going to just do a quote. You said, Black Americans need to learn about what the standard of race is in the scientific community, which is universal. You can go to an anthropologist in Ghana, they will say that they're not Black people. You can go to an anthropologist in Cuba, they will say that they're not Black people. You can go to an anthropologist all over the world, they are going to be consistent. Oh, really? Well, ladies in smart glasses, meet PhD Dr. Stuart Tyson. Dr. Stuart Tyson Smith, born 1960, is an Egyptologist and professor in anthropology department at the University of California, Santa Barbara. His specialty is in the interaction between ancient Egypt and Nubia. Right? This is the Egyptologist in your anthropology department. Okay? Professor in the anthropology department. Okay? Now, you said anthropologists, wherever they are all over the world, ain't going to call these people Black people. That's what you said. Boldly, on the big stage. Bro, you tripping. Smith is known for reconstruction of the ancient Egyptian language for the film Stargate, they got G movies, and The Mummy 1999, specialization archaeology. Archaeology of Egypt and Nubia, the Sudan, ethnicity, cultural contact and imperialism, entanglement, secondary state formation, ideology and legitimization, funerary practices, ceramics and residue analysis. Education, PhD, University of California, Los Angeles. Master's Education, University of Southern California. I got these are sources at the bottom screen, at the bottom right-hand side. That's his album out of University of Southern California, University of California. This is Stuart Tyson Smith, an Egyptologist, a professor in the anthropology department. Let's see what he got to say. Let's see, is he calling these people Black? This is an article from The Current. This is the school's newspaper from where he teaches at, the University of California, Santa Barbara. This is their school magazine. This is their editorial. The African Egypt, Stuart Tyson Smith to deliver W.E.B. Du Bois virtual lecture for where? There you go again with these damn Ivy League colleges. Y'all make me sick. Because y'all lie, man. Not only is this shit is in academia, it's all in the creme de la creme. We got Brown and Harvard. We keep running into Harvard and Brown. Top of the top. Stop lying. To deliver W.E.B. Du Bois' virtual lecture for Harvard's Hutchins Center for African and African American Research by Jim Logan. This was he wrote. Stuart Tyson Smith, a UC Santa Barbara professor of anthropology and one of the country's leading professor of anthropology. You said no anthropologists call these people black. You said that, and I'm gonna keep saying it before I even get to the point. Don't you ever forget you said that. Your doom is coming in about 30 seconds. Babe Ruth in this thing. And one of the country's leading Egyptologists. He's a UC Santa Barbara professor of anthropology and one of the country's leading Egyptologists will deliver professor of anthropology and one of the country's leading Egyptologists will deliver the inaugural W.E.B. Du Bois virtual lecture for Harvard's Hutchinson Center for African and African American Research. His Zoom lecture. This is his Zoom lecture. Y'all ready for this? Black Pharaohs, Egyptological bias, racism, and Egypt and Nubia as African civilizations. Will take place Tuesday, September 22nd at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Register here at 10. All right, fine. Let's just go with this then. Right? Black Pharaohs. This is the title of his Zoom lecture at Harvard. Black Pharaohs. Egyptological bias. He talking about this in Harvard. Stop. You need to be quiet. I think you should be quiet. Oh, Mr. Wallace. I think you ought to be quiet. Bobby Wallace. PK's Wallace. I got love for y'all, man. This is all still sporting games. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Even though y'all disrespectful and I ain't gonna get into it. Let me not detract. But I'm on your heads. You're gonna apologize for what you did. Don't ever slander the great ones in my presence again. Man, know what he doing. Don't you realize, man, and Smash gonna reveal one day that these damn Egyptologists be consulting with him, and he can't wait to bring that shit out. I know he gonna bring it out. He gonna boom that shit out one day and show you. When he get their permission, he gonna show you who he be talking to behind the scenes. Man, that boy y'all done seen it in so many movies. Smash, and I say this with the most I don't want to use that word. I don't want to use those words. But it's the guy that know more than the expert, damn near. But they be them underground dudes that be, you know what I'm saying? They like hackers, and you know what I'm saying? It's the, it be the experts go and get them. Them dudes have all the figurines.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they be underground and be having all the figurines and all the classics and all the books and they got it out, and they just be knowing, they be on point, man. He's one of them type of dudes, man. We're gonna put some respect on King's name. He got it all. Salute to Smash Rockwell and great brother Reggie, Jabari, Camji Verse, Kalam, Christopher Withers, Jay Mills, Sadiq, Jed Monk, Due Diligence in the God, Pan-African James the God, all the Magi, that good guy, Let's see. Let me get back. I done got okay, here we go. Black Pharaohs. Egyptological Black Pharaohs? You got a question mark there. Black Pharaohs posing the question. Egyptological bias, racism in Egypt, and Nubia as African civilizations. Then with examples from ongoing excavations at Tumbos, this is the quote from the article. I would discuss Kushite civilization as a sophisticated African neighbor that adapted Egyptian kinship and other cultural features, making them their own. He said, within these discussions, I would take Egyptological bias and racism into consideration and will conclude with some remarks on why it is important in the context of anti-racism today to acknowledge the Black African foundation and origins of both Nubia and Egypt. You said it ain't no anthropologists say that them people was black. You said no matter where we go, not an anthropologist nowhere is going to identify these people as black. He said, I will take Egyptological bias and racism into consideration and will conclude with some remarks on why it is important in the context of anti-racism. So you are a liar. You are saying, you and your group of cronies that utilize the term black is promoting racism. He's telling you that identifying them people as black is anti-racist. The context of anti-racism today to acknowledge the Black African, Dr. Umar, the Black African foundation and origins of both Nubia, of both Nubia and Egypt. And Black civilization and origins of Nubia and Egypt. So yeah, up to this point, you thought you had a rabbit in the sleeve, ain't you? You had a carrot in the hat, ain't it? You ain't had shit. Now you got Nubia and Egypt. So if you wanted to try to come with some nonsense, well, yeah, in Nubia, it seems like a lot of them were still saying that Black Africans Nubia. I got your anthropologist that you lied on, and you said that he wasn't gonna call them people black. He said that the Black African origins of Nubia and Egypt. You need to take a hiatus. Set that damn page down for about a week and come back and a fresh and new with something else. You need to talk about, you know what I'm saying, these solar, whatever. It's anything but this. Because you lying and deceiving the people and flim-flamming the people. Flim-flamming the people, bamboozling the people. Telling anthropologists don't identify nobody as black. Not only do he identify the Nubians as black, he identified the Egyptians as black, and he do that shit at Harvard University. It has always struck me as odd that Egyptologists have been reluctant to admit that the ancient and modern Egyptians were rather dark-skinned Africans. So that's what you're saying? It has always struck you as odd? Because they was reluctant? Now, why would that struck? The only problem I got with you right here is Dr. Well, no, you just a real one. You like, man, y'all odd to me. He said, y'all racism is odd to me, G. That shit weird. Y'all always reluctant to admit that the ancient Egyptians is black and modern Egyptians. Of course, he don't mean, let's go with what he said, because I ain't putting no words in nobody's mouth. It has always struck me as odd that Egyptologists have been reluctant to admit that the ancient and modern Egyptians were rather dark-skinned Africans. Now, if you're confused already about what we just said, you better take your ass back about 4 or 5 slides to where Dr. Sally and Ashton told y'all asses that the people of there today ain't the same people. This is where you get into your high-level debates between the Egyptologists and the anthropologists. But one thing that they do both agree on, Dr. Sally Ann Ashton, Dr. Stuart Tyson Smith, is that the origins of Egypt and Nubian is Black African. It says he find it weird as hell that Egyptologists have been reluctant to admit that the ancient and modern Egyptians were rather dark-skinned Africans, especially the father, especially. He didn't say only, he didn't say definitively, he didn't say specifically, he said especially. That means also, but in very high moderation. If I say I like all y'all, but especially you, that means I still like all y'all, but I like her just a little more. So they all black, but especially as the further south one goes. Smith continued. As Bruce Williams pointed out years ago, an ancient Egyptian transported to the American South in the days of segregation would not be allowed to sit at the Woolworth's lunch counter, would have to go to the back of the bus, would be barred from facilities reserved for whites. The same applies to most other modern Nubians, Sudanese, and Egyptians that I know and have worked with. I'll just say one more thing, he said. The acknowledgement of Nubian, ancient Nubia and Egypt as black African civilizations destroys the logic of racism. Wait a minute. Oh my God. But wait a minute. Uncle with the smart glasses said that you first off, he said you don't even say shit like this. Number two is he's saying that this shit is racist as hell. Now, wait a minute. How could that be so if you just use the damn example that we have constantly been debating and utilized in the sentence prior to this, and then you go on to say that acknowledgement of Nubian Egypt as black African civilization destroys the logic of racism, especially American racism, with its strongly polarizing views of blackness and whiteness drawn from slavery. You are finished. Don't you ever in your whole life ever say nothing about the term black having to do with some damn modern day term and the modern concept of black having to do some of racism. This man just told you that identifying Nubia and Nubia and Egypt as black African civilizations destroys the logic of racism. It don't promote it like you've been lying on the PK channel saying it. It don't promote it. It don't endorse it. It don't condone it. He say that it destroys it. That's the anthropologist that you lied on. Get somebody else to do it. Destroys the logic of racism, especially American racism. Stop with that bullshit. I done got carried away. I got to calm down. I'm sorry. I've been cussing. Sorry, y'all. Respect the King channel and try to humble myself and be more. I get so excited. With its strongly polarizing view of blackness and whiteness drawn from slavery. Now let me pause right here. Let's break this down, man, because I want to address this right quick so we can be, we ain't gonna be confused. When you hear these people let's talk about this bus scenario right quick, man. On the back of the bus, in the 40s. Well, yeah, that's all. Y'all never go past that. Let's put that in the context like a smart person really would do. If we're dealing with the 19s and 50s and you're dealing with the 1940s, first off, if you were sitting on the back of the bus, especially if you was in the South, what do we know about the South and being in the back of the bus at that time? Well, we know for good and well that you had millions upon millions. The numbers are disputed from 10 to 40 million or however the million. That these descendants, that these slaves, that these descendants of these people were all in the South, number one. Us, black Americans, black people with woolly hair and black skin, and was also brown skin and dark skin and red and all these different colors, that these people is who they talking about. If you was sitting on the back of the bus, you damn sure ain't look like no damn Merino. So you can go ahead and rule out your white North Africa chief X. If you was sitting on the back of the bus, you damn sure didn't look like Tom Hanks. Go ahead and throw that out. So let's find out, what did you look like if you were sitting on the back of the bus? That means if you were sitting on the back of the bus, you was being discriminated for your skin. So you can go ahead and you figure out who in the hell does they keep talking about that these people on the back of the bus, this is exactly who they are and exactly who they would be in the 1950s. That means that they could be Smash, they could be Brother Reggie, that they could be Sam Carr, they could be Rob, they could be Juju, they could be Miss Tiff, they could be anybody, due diligence, they could be anybody from any, but damn sure they ain't damn Marino. So stop acting like we don't know who the hell that was sitting on the back of them buses. And if they say that they be sitting right on the back of the bus, they probably mean smashed in. Get real. Let me keep it going. Allow me to reintroduce the Horn of Africa, man. Let me reintroduce the Horn of Africa. Got a little bit of that map on there. They was being discriminated for your black skin if you were sitting on the back of that bus. Your dark brown skin, your big nose, your beautiful big lips, and your beautiful big nose, and your beautiful African features is beautiful. I love it. You need to love it. It's the face of God. It's the face of the modern human being. It's the face of the original human being. It's the face of the greatest people that come from the land where the sacred and the most divine animals roam, like the African elephant, the most powerful land animal on the planet. It's coming from the place of the Atlas lions. African lions, the largest, most powerful lion on the planet. It's coming from the place of these great lands and these great people. This is where we come from. These are our features, and they vary many different ways. But guess what? If you've been marginalized in the 50s, you had black skin, more than likely. Dark brown skin, black skin. Because if you had some light red bone skin, they'd be trying to measle your way on up to the front a little bit. But you at the back of the bus. We know who they wanted to put all the way in the back. We know who was sitting all the way in the back. Who was sitting in the back of the bus? Why you keep saying that if they was in the 50s, they be at the back of the bus? Why they be at the back? Why? Because they look like me. They look like you. They look like the people who be sitting in the damn back of the bus. What the fuck is so hard? Excuse me. What's so hard to understand about that? We know who sat on the back of the bus. That's who they would look like. And then they say modern times, black. Then he say that the enlargement of ancient Nubia as black, Egypt as black African civilizations destroys the logic of racism. Stop saying it's racism. Black African civilizations. Let me get back. I had to go on that again. Allow me to reintroduce the Horn of Africa. We got my man here. This picture is taken by Awal Muhammad. Let's get in some black. Now, I just killed y'all on the black in academia. Don't say it ain't in academia no more. Don't say that these anthropologists and Egyptologists don't use it. They do, and they use it often, and then plenty of them use it. Many of them use it, and they say it's a damn shame why the rest of y'all don't use it. You use it for every damn thing else. Then you want to now say that it's racist? Describe these people as black? Matter of fact, calling them black destroys the idea of racism. You need to call them what they are. Beautiful and black. Them beautiful black skin like my G right here. That's why they call them black. The Far tribe. You can't figure out why they call them black. You can't look at this man and figure out why they call them people black. This the Far tribe, but I'm about to bust your bubble with the Far tribe. You better recognize who he is. You better know who his cousin is. Better know who his auntie is. We about to read that to you in a minute. That picture was taken in Middle Ethiopia. EricLaforgue.com, Afar tribe, man. The Afar make up about a third of the population of Djibouti and are a recognized ethnic group in Ethiopia. The Afar language is spoken in the Afar region of Ethiopia. These are your Cushitic people that Ngozi and Gullah Geechee keep lying to y'all about, talking about they got straight, wavy hair. That's straight as hell. It's so damn straight, it's going straight up. Those people got straight, wavy hair. They're Cushitic speaking peoples. They don't look nothing like Slubs of Heart. G beautiful to me. Features broad and prominent to me. And that's a side shot. Slightly on the side. Dark and beautiful. Man, get them, G. Since the Afar were traditionally nomadic herders, Afar speakers may be further south. The language and culture of the Afar related to those of the Somalis and Oromos. Although the Afar, a distinct ethnic group, the Afar continue to preserve and practice their traditional culture and beliefs. They have retained many ancient animistic practices. The Afar skin tone is generally dark brown, and their facial features are similar to those of the Somalis and Oromos, although generally members of both of those groups have darker skin. This dude look pretty dark to me, though. I mean, I'm gonna just call him black. I mean, I mean, why did I just cut the middleman out and call him black? Why would I have to say dark brown? Oh, he's dark brown. Man, it's black and call it a day. I'm out. The far skin tone is generally dark. Okay. Brown, and their facial features are similar to those of Somalis or Oromos, although general members of those have darker skin. The Afar are probably related to who? The ancient Egyptian race. That's what you're looking at when you're looking at the Egyptian race. It's the encyclopedia, so we know that when you're dealing with the encyclopedia.com, that ain't written by no Rudy Poop nobodies. That's written by anthropologists, Egyptologists, historians, and all that. That's how you get to be in encyclopedia.com. When you creating encyclopedias, scientific books, encyclopedias, world-renowned documentation devices, you're telling me that they have determined probability, it has to be due to their scientific processes that the Afar is related to the ancient Egyptians? Let's look at some more of their features then, because you're a lie and goes and say that they morphologically don't look nothing like West and Central Africa. Who is this girl, and how do you know where she's at just by looking at her? And she can be anywhere. Urban, Asante, she could be anywhere. Mandinka, Zulu. She could be anywhere. Makis. This photo is taken a far girl in Danakil, northeast Ethiopia. Cushitic speaker. That's a far girl. Look at her nose and her lips and the skin, even though it's a black and white drawing. And don't even play with me when it comes to this black and white photos, because it's a no. I should have brought that out. You can be light skinned and white in black and white photos, and brown and messy. You can see all the damn shades in a black and white photo. This girl is black. In a black and white photo, you damn right you can tell. It's shades of color even in a black and white. This girl black and we all know it. Look at her features. Stop playing with the people. If you play with the people right now, you go on to debate some shit like that, that means you lying, you really are lying, you scamming, you flim-flamming, and you just bamboozling, and you tricking the people for whatever purposes. That girl, you don't know what she from by looking at her. Stop playing. Like, you don't know. Look at Queen over here with the babes. How you know where she from, G? Look at her nose. Look at the lips. Look at G down there. Look at King in the back. You know who these people are just by looking at them. Stop your lies. This is an Afar tribe woman. You don't know. She could be from West or Central Africa. She could be North or... You don't know. Stop your lies. Like, it's only one phenotype in the Horn of Africa and one skin type. And shut up. Who is this then? Man, I'm calling him black, G. I ain't got no time to waste. This man is black, case closed. And I don't see nothing wavy curly. What about G? You gonna debate all day? Dark brown, dark brown, and I meant call it black and call it a day. Beautiful black. That's dark, man. And he beautiful. Look at his features. Oh, but you know where he from, right? I see why they say, you know what I'm saying, that these is black by modern, you know what I'm saying? You can classify these people black. You remember these are Afar tribe related. I see why I classify, I agree. Look at my G. Another one. Where you know he from? Look at that wavy curly hair up there in Ngozi, Gullah Geechee. Boy, it's gonna be lights all up in that thing. He gonna need a fine tooth comb. Pick ain't gonna need, you don't need no pick for that. All of these are credential sources from ericleforg.com. This is a Afar tribe man at a say to Afar regional Ethiopia. Afar, those are the sources at the bottom. Shout out Brother Reggie for making me go get that. Look at these queens. Yeah, let's get even more detailed then, you liars. The morphologically, those people phenotypically, they're nothing like Western Central Africa. Shut up, Ngozi. You tell me where these women is from. You don't know. One thing we do know is that they beautiful, and let's look at their beautiful skin. What color is it? Black. Call it a day, people. We ain't got time to sit and argue all day. Call it what it is. Look at Queen. Dark and lovely. Where's she from? You know where she from? That's Middle Eastern. That's Northeastern. More Middle Eastern, Far Eastern. You know what I'm saying? Near Eastern, Far. Middle East and Near East and all that. Is that what she is? Man, no. Look at Queen lips. Look at Queen nose. But she don't look like no Western Central Africa. You're a liar. Straight from the Yoruban tribe. Look at Queen. Look how beautiful she is. More features. You don't know where she from. If I ain't tell you. She from the Horn. Look like Western Central features to me. Phenotypically. All of these credential all of these are sourced. These pictures are sourced. The Far girls stand beside their camels at the Sinbete market. They have decorated hairstyles and beaded jewelry. Beautiful. Far Ethiopia, north of Ethiopia, Dalal Mekele. That's from Flickr.com. That picture was taken by Olivia Darman. All of these. That's Olivia Darman there too. Let's look at that straight wave you have there again, Gullah. I tried to tell you, man, before how they did this, but you laughed at me. You belittled me. You disrespected me. Even, you know what I'm saying? I told you they didn't have no straight, wavy hair, man. You saw this style on their head and you thought it was naturally curled like that. Man, I don't know what kind of rock you have to climb under to look at somebody's hair like that and think it just naturally came out like in that tight, spirally curl like that. You ain't never in your life seen nobody with hair in, for God's sake, it's the fountain. Damn, that's how you start dreadlocks. Look at his hair sticking up there. That afro look just like my hair. She got to grab that. You got to plait that. You got to put some. And look how it's shining. You got to put something on that. You got to put a little green cream. You got to put a little grease on that, man. You got to put a little butter on that to get that thing to curl like that. Look at G. He twisting his head. We been on that. You know? Look at Ben and Brian. You ain't know, man. You don't know where them boys from. You ain't even know it, G. Man, they could have been from anywhere, all over Africa. You don't know. Look at their skin. Is it black or not? I'm calling it black and I'm moving forward. Look at G. Most straight, wavy, straight hair. Look just like, you know what I'm saying? Cinderella or something. Goldilocks. Belle. Ariel. No, it don't. G got an afro and need a pick. Well, that thing kind of shaped nice. He don't really need one. G got his joint on that thing form, King. Do your thing, God. Look at the cattle coat in the backdrop. Ready to be slaughtered. It ain't a sacred black bull. I ain't make that up. Oromo peoples. How you know where G from? He ain't got black skin, so is this a man? Let's go down the list. Let's do ABC 1, 2, 3. Is this a man? Yes. Let me check my phone. Oh, 6%. Let me plug that up right quick. I don't want this thing to cut out. That'll be a tragedy. Look at G. Where he from? You know where he's from? Look at his lips. Look at his nose. Huh? You know where he from, though, huh? Talking about they don't look Western Central Africa. You don't know where G from. Stop the cap. Black skin. Look at Queen. Huh? That's his daughter. Eric LaForbe, Korean tribe man and his daughter with stranded hair and colorful necklaces during Gada ceremony. This is Ethiopia, January 9th, 2012. Oromo. Let's talk about the Oromo. All these Cushitic speakers you keep talking about, Gullah Geechee and Gozi. Stop talking about them. You don't know what they look like. The Oromo people are a Cushitic ethnic group native to the Oromo region of Ethiopia and parts of northern Kenya. They speak the Oromo language, also called Afan Oromo, which is part of the Cushitic branch of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Now, kings and queens on the sound of my voice, let us not get distracted because I feel like I'm going for a while now. Let's go ahead and ramp this up a little more. Don't forget earlier in this segment, in this presentation, that Christopher Eric told you that the life of Egypt and the foundation of Egypt, the origins of Egypt come from the Horn of Africa. So don't forget why I'm showing you these people. They in the Horn of Africa, the Oromo, the Somali. We know that the Oromo and the Somali are related to the Afar, like we just read, and we said encyclopedia.com said the Afar is probably related to the Egyptians. And when they say probably, you know damn well they know that they is. But see, some of them, you know, we ain't gonna go there. But we got more for that. We done did the DNA. Remember, you got boxed up, your eyes still swole from that. You know what time it is. Just rub it in, though. They speak the Oromo language, also called Afan Oromo, which is part of the Cushitic branch of the Afro-Asiatic language family. They are one of the largest ethnic groups in Ethiopia. According to the last Ethiopian census of 2007, the Oromo numbered 25,488,344 people, or 34.5% of the Ethiopian population. Recent estimates have the Oromo comprising 41 million people, or 35.8% of the Ethiopian population, estimated at 116 million. The Oromo were originally nomadic, semi-pastoralist people who later would conquer large swaths of land. During their expansions after the settlement, they would establish kingdoms in the Gibe, in the regions and dynasties in Abyssinia. The Oromo people traditionally used the goddess system as the primary force of governance. A leader is elected by the goddess system, and their term lasts 8 years. They didn't copy these. With an election taking place at the end of those 8 years, although most modern Oromos are Muslim and Christians, about 3% practice Wakafana. That's what I want to practice then. The native ancient Cushitic monotheistic religion of Oromos. That's from Wikipedia.com. Let's look at some more Oromos. I'll be damned. Why y'all never show these people in Ngozi or show these in Gullah and everybody else? Why y'all never show these though when you show the Oromos? Is this an official picture? Yeah, it's by Eric LaForgue. You better go check out Eric. Eric ain't no joke. He do this. Real life photographer type shit. Night shot of 2 smiling Kariu tribe teenage boys. Now, Kariu tribe is an Oromo tribe. Okay, now you go do your homework and you find, I mean, that's easily, you can Google that right now and see that Kariu tribe is an Oromo tribe. Okay. This is a couple teenage boys during the goddess ceremony in Ethiopia. No wonder why they call them black. They got that straight wavy hair up there again. Look at G. So you know where King from? Look at G. Got a gap just like me. Got that widow's peak going. Afro. Look at my G on the left. If you telling me G on the left don't share no central and west, no west and central African features, you are a damn liar. And G on the right. Look at that skin. Wow. It look like that reddish brown that them Egyptians be getting painted in. You ask me. Don't play with it. Eric LaForgue, smiling Kariu man with their Gunofra traditional hairstyle. Look at G on the right. Like Adrian Broner or somebody. Eric LaForgue, portrait of a smiling Kariu tribe man. Look at G, he ain't black. Man, come on, G, man. You caught G trying to mac on your girl or something at the store when you want to look. I'm like, man, go ahead, Unc, man, leave my girl alone. She look good, nephew. Where you got her from? You be bringing her around all the time? Shoot, man. What is that name? Brittany. Look at G. Frank Manowis. He took this picture. Young man belonging to the Kariu tribe. Another G. Black skin. Dark skin. Afro. That's the Oromos. Let's even get even better. You know them queens going, you know, when you get the mama, she go, woo-wee, mama gonna put it out. The middle, this is the Barana tribe. That's another Oromo tribe. Barana tribe, teenage girl from Yabelo, Ethiopia, January 6th. Look at Queen. Where's she from in Ngozi? In Gullah? Unc, you said you want to know what those people of the Nile Valley civilization look like? You want to know what those people of the Horn of Africa look like? I'm showing you today. They've been showing you one phenotype only, and they've been fooling y'all like this phenotype ain't there, and these are real life Barana tribe teenage girls. Taken in the flesh. Ain't nobody draw this. Look at Queens. Where they from in Gozi? What they phenotypes talking about? What they morphologically talking about? Stop the cap. You don't know where they could be. They could be from right around in your neighborhood. They can be from the south, north, east, west, central Africa. You will never know it until they tell you. Stop the cap. They in the Horn of Africa though. Ain't nothing told you. Look at Queen. What her picture is. What she say? They said the top right. Okay, right. Top right. Miro May took that picture. Young Barana girl in Yabelo, Ethiopia. This is the right bottom. Young woman from the Barana tribe with blue eyes. Miro May, she took that. Alamy.com. You can buy this. Blue eyes. Look at those features. Morphologically look like Central and West African to me. You would have never known. Look at Queen. Straight in the horn. Indigenous. Let's keep it going. Let's see how black they can get. Those people that's in the land where the Egyptians come from. These Cushitic speaking peoples. Look at Queen. You don't know? Look how beautiful she is, people. Look at Queen here. Marvelous in every way. Man, I go back. Marvelous. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at Queen. Perfection. Divine. Look at the skin. If you don't say that's a black person just off the skin, G, I need you just go ahead and turn in your badge, turn in your whistle, and go lay down. We can't leave you on guard duty no more, man, to defend sacred blackness and the essence of blackness and black African power. I can't, if you can't even admit that these people are black here, I don't need you screaming black African power. I feel like y'all gonna be more focused on the disorganized lie, defeating. You're gonna be focused more on the organized lie, defeating a disorganized truth, more so than you focused on the organized truth, beating the disorganized lie. I'm on the organized truth side. Y'all putting the emphasis on the wrong places. If I can't rely on you to tell me that this girl is black-skinned, that in the simplest terms, is it is it a person? Yes. Is it a girl? Yes. Is she black? Yes. What color is her skin? Black. So what is she? A black girl. This ain't hard. You know, if it was a bird over there, we'd say that it was a bird. And if it was a female, we'd say that's a black bird. It's a female. It's a black bird. It's black. Like that bird was red. But you can't say that it's black when it comes to these magnificent goddesses here. It's dark. Let's keep it going. Look at this, straight out of Ebony magazine. But it ain't though. This from Wikipedia.com. This photo represents the varieties of dress of the Oromo culture. The child sitting in front of the group is dressed in Guji Oromo clothing. The four girls at the back, from left to right, are dressed in Harar, Kamais, Borina, and Shewa styles, and are all Oromo style. Get in there, queens. Man, you don't be knowing, G. You have no clue what you talking about. So you don't know if they from Central. This could be from the Yoruban tribe. You'll never know. It could be from the Mende. You'll never know it, G. You don't know. But you act like you do. Check that wavy curly hair at the top. It's out of control. She need a fine tooth. Let's get to the Somalis then. Granddad, grandma, and auntie. I love all you, beautiful and black. Somali elder in Bali Gudable. Woman in Ladasco village. Somali woman. She ain't black. What color is the skin? It's black. Keep going. What color is the skin? Black. Keep going. That ain't a black man. That ain't something. That's somebody granddad. I bet you 1,000. I could put some money on it. I don't want to bet 1,000 though. How? Bet you somebody in the chat, right? So if this look like your granddaddy in the chat, somebody put a one up in the chat. If you have a grandfather or an uncle or an auntie or a mama or a cousin or anybody that looks like anybody in one, I mean, like literally looks like them, I want you to put it in one in the chat. Anybody. This is the Somali people of Africa occupying all of Somalia. A strip of Djibouti, the southern Ethiopian region of Ogaden, and part of northwestern Kenya. Except for the arid coastal area in the north, the Somalis occupy true nomad regions of plains, coarse grass, and streams. They speak a language of the Cushitic branch of the Afro-8. Here we go, Cushitic again. You keep lying on them. Formerly Hamido-Semitic family. In the 14th century, many Somalis converted to Islam by Arabs from across the Red Sea. I wonder how that happened. What they doing converting? Began their expansion southward from the arid steppes to the present borders. So they had to go south because the Arabs came and let's just keep going, which overflow what was traditionally known as Somaliland. Although three great divisions of Somalis exist, roughly corresponding to north central and southern parts of the region, Somalis demonstrate considerable cultural unity. Now, Ngozi and Gullah, let me go ahead and take both of y'all heads off at the same. Let me kill both of y'all birds with one stone right now. Every picture that I'm about to show you in the following segment has nothing to do with the Bantu Somalis. Oh, you think we ain't smart like you, huh? Gee, just because I ain't got no smart glasses don't mean that I ain't smart. All right? So, what I want to tell you is that the following pictures that I show you, not one of them are mentioned to be of the Shabelle region or of the, what's that other region? I got it written down. It's not of the Shabelle and it's not of the, where you at? It's not of the Juba region. You can look at it right now. Everybody, if you would like to, whenever your time, you go look up, and I could have put it here, but you go look up the definition of a Bantu Somali. They're going to say, Wikipedia definition, that a Bantu Somali, they are the individuals resulting of the slave trade from Tanzania, Tanzania, and a few other places in the South. And that they are typically residing in the Juba region or the Shabelle region by those rivers in the lower part of Somalia. Okay? They way in the bottom. They just told you the Arabs well, that's not the same people. But the Bantus that's where they are. They are by the Shabelle. The Bantus were South Africans, like I said, in Tanzania. And I need a map right quick. Let me matter of fact, y'all give me 5 seconds. I like to do this. Let me just do this. I got access to a computer. Let's see, Bantu Somali. I don't want to misquote Wikipedia. Somali Bantus. Here we go. Let me just read this. Are Bantu ethnic minority group in Somalia who primarily reside in the southern part of the country, primarily near the Juba and Shabelle rivers. I said that. The Somali Bantus are descendants of enslaved peoples from various Bantu ethnic groups from Southeast Africa, particularly from Mozambique, Malawi, and Tanzania. The East African slave trade was not eliminated until the early parts of the 20th. So we have slavery going on between Africans, which is not uncommon. And what I'm telling you is that the Somalis that I'm about to show you are not the enslaved Africans that are coming from South Africa. These people don't have nothing to do with Mozambique. These people don't have nothing to do with Malawi. These people don't have nothing to do with Tanzania. These are indigenous Somalians who I'm about to show you. Indigenous to the Horn of Africa, the origin of the Egyptian foundation. Black African, according to anthropologist Stuart Tyson Smith. Let's get straight to it. Look at Queen. Look at them features, though. You got so many features there. See, y'all like to show one type, but what about my G here though? With you know what I'm saying? What about G? Can I get in? Let me get in on G. Look at G, the one in the middle between, you know, with the little girl right here. Right? Oh, go back. Okay. Let me get back. Let me get back. Look at G. What's up with that morphology though? What's up with that black skin though? Beautiful. Look at Queen. Beautiful. You don't see no black people there? You don't see no black skin? Look at G down there trying to hide. God, you caught. Western Central Africa. If I ain't know you was from the North, the Horn, I would have thought you was from the Ashanti or something. I wouldn't know, G. I would have thought you was from the Mali Empire or something, King. The Mani. Look at G up top, to the right, up top right. Look at G in the center here, strapping young lad. Look at G. You don't know where King from? Look at them hat. Look at that hairstyle. This is Somali's indigenous. Look at Queen, beautiful as she could be right there. Look like my ex-girl Keisha. Augustus F. Sherman took these photos. East of Somalis from the city zone in the northwestern point of Ethiopia's Somali region. Let's keep it going. Most Somalis. Don't play with her. Where you from, shorty? You know, I knew a guy, his name is Ngozi, and another named Gullah. They said that in the Northeast and in the Horn of Africa, that morphologically and phenotypically, that you don't share characteristics with Western Central Africans. They said that all y'all have straight wavy hair. And, you know, they always complaining about the skin as if, you know, it's impossible for your skin to be described as black. Queen ain't got to say nothing. She just could stand there. And goes in, goes, you don't know what you talking about. I'm discrediting y'all. Djibouti Somali woman, human beings, clothing, colonial. They say Djibouti. Anybody know what Djibouti is? Djibouti is north. Way north. Past Somali's way up there. Djibouti, Somali. I mean, it's in Somalia, but it's up there. Where is Djibouti? I done got confused. I'll go get it. Give me 1 second. Even I get lost. Boom, there go a map for us, King James. Okay, you see Somalia, you see Djibouti right there. Can y'all see it? You see Somalia all the way to the right, then you see Berbers, then you see Djibouti right there. Now, okay, I don't see what you call them on the map down there, but anyway, the Juba and Shabelle regions would be way at the bottom. It's rivers down there, and that is where they would be. She's up in Djibouti at the top, nowhere near the Shabelle, nowhere near the Juba. She is an indigenous Somali woman. She's got nothing to do with the Shabelle region. Did it say Shabelle or Djibouti? It said Djibouti. It don't say Shabelle region. It say Djibouti. So put some respect on these Somalians and what they look like with their beautiful black skin and their Western Central African phenotypes and features as well. See how beautiful Queen is? Ain't she quite outstanding? Look at Queen. Ain't she marvelous as well? These are Djibouti Somali women. That was taken by Arthur Colero. And that is an ID number right there at lemmy.com. Look at Michael Runker taking a picture of this Somali woman. Let's keep it going. Most Somali women. She ain't black. What kind of features is them? Y'all only show G's on the left every time. You know, shout out to King, beautiful and black, and even his features are prominent, but maybe they're slightly phenotypically differ, maybe barely from Queen. But I believe, is this a couple or who? Let's look at what the pictures. Yes, man and wife. In the book of the Living Races of Mankind by Henry Neville Hutchinson. Beautiful woman. Marvelous. I want to focus on your features because them cats are saying yours ain't up there, Queen. And you always in, where you at? So you in Somalia too. They don't say Jabel, don't say Shabelle reason. This is the 3 east of Somalis, most Somalia. Oh yeah, this was in the that picture I just seen. Oh, that's Queen in the picture I just showed too. I love her. Look at my G on the right. They say your features ain't up there, G. If I don't know, I wouldn't know where you from, King. All I know is you got black skin, you beautiful with black hair, and it ain't, I mean, it's an afro. I don't know what they talking about. Why you can't be a black man with an afro? Why you can't just be simple and plain like that? I bet you he wouldn't make a big deal about it. Trustees of the British Museum. That's in the British Museum. Let me really get into it. Say them features ain't up there. Them Cushitic speakers that they don't got features like this. You're a damn lie. Prince Roland Napoleon Bonaparte took these Somali ethnic types. These are the people that they brought over, and if I ain't mistaken, I have to get my story. Which one is it? Is it that one? I believe it's this one. Yeah, it's these. These the ones that they brought over from Djibouti, and they took these pictures, and it was like it got real racist, man. We had to, that's another conversation. But these are indigenous Somalis, is the point. They brought them over from Somalia, and they put them in an exhibit.
Hey, UKA.
What's up,
let
Doc?
you know you up on 2 hours, but you smashing them. The chat is supporting you. You had a lot of ones in the chat. If you got to keep on going. But you on 2 hours. Let's go.
Okay, God, I can shut it down. Well, actually, I think I'm almost at the end. Yeah, I am almost at the end. I only got a few more slides. I think I got 2 more groups to show people. I want to show these are Somalians. These are indigenous Somalis. Does this say the Shabelle region? Does this say Bantu Somalis? Does this say the Juba region? No, it don't. This is Somalians from Somalia. Black skin, all type of features, prominent features, thick noses, thick lips, beautiful and black as they could possibly be, dark skin, from the Horn of Africa, the origins of Egyptian culture. You can cry about it later. Just accept this right now. You can come to terms with it and let your delusion go later. Look at these. Look at these beautiful people. Look at G. Ain't nothing but a god. Look at Queen. Marvelous in all she can be, a marvelous wonder. You wouldn't know where she was from, so you know where she from, huh? Man, you don't even. Let's talk about the Nuba peoples. Now look at these precious babies. Every last one of them is precious and beautiful, as black as they could possibly be, and I envy them because I wish I was that dark sometimes. Look at that. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's just so majestic and mysterious, godly. The field hatchet, the hills surrounding the village of Kwada in the heart of the Nuba mountains. This is the Nuba peoples. Hey, babies. And goes in Gullah and loud on y'all, say y'all ain't up there in the Horn of Africa. He said, yeah, it ain't no Central or West African features up in the Horn. I'm saying, oh, is they black? Yeah, they black. They black Americans. Yeah, and the other one, he said he didn't even know what y'all look like, Queen. I'm gonna let y'all cuss this one time, okay? They say that's a damn shame. Them babies say that's a damn shame. The Nuba people are very. Did y'all see how black that skin is? That's in the Horn, where the Egyptians come from. The Nubian people are various indigenous ethnic groups who inhabit the Nuba Mountains of the South Kordofan state in Sudan, encompassing multiple distinct people that speak different languages, which belong to at least 2 unrelated language families. Estimates of the Nuba population vary widely. The Sudanese government estimated that they numbered 2.7 million in 2003. The term Nubia should not be confused with Nubians. Don't worry, they coming up in a few more slides. They thought they caught me with the slipping. Wake up. Thought you caught my ass with the slipping. Nah, Seti, I'm on point. I got the Nubians covered up. An ethnic group speaking the Nubian languages, although the hill Nubians who live in the Nuba Mountains are also considered part of the Nuba geographic grouping of peoples. It is important to note that the Nubians and South Kordofan believe that they are affiliates of the ancient Nubian kingdoms. So they say that it's important to note that the Nubians in South Kordofan believe that they are affiliates of the ancient Nubian kingdoms. So should we go with what they believe, the people themselves, or do we got to go with somebody else say? They say that they believe, which is obviously coming from a generational thought, ancestral passage of, you know what I'm saying? It's passed down from generation to generation. These of the identity of these people. They say that they believe that they are affiliates of the ancient Nubian kingdoms. Probably them boys. Remember, go back to the tomb of a Amenhotep named Huey. They sure did have many affiliates in the tomb of a Amenhotep named Huey. All different type of tribes, beautiful and Cushitic. And one of them in particular had like this queen right here. And we gonna come back to her right when I go back and read that. When I go back and read that. Nuba, stop playing with them. Man, if that ain't black and beautiful, man, you might well go, hey. Huh? While the orders are difficult to trace, I bet they is difficult, ain't it? You can trace everybody else, but yeah, I bet you scared as hell to find out where they would be at. Nuba are the indigenous peoples of the Nuba Mountains. The population consists of people from over 90 tribes. Now, I got that from 101tribes.com. Let's see what Africa 101 Last Tribes. That's why I got that, 101lasttribes.com. 101 Last Tribes is a nonprofit project developed by Jordi Zaragoza Inglis, helped by a team of anthropologists and photographers. Helped by a team of anthropologists and photographers. So this ain't no Rudy Poo website. Who are passionate about Africa's tribal diversity. The main aim of this project is to freely share with everyone interested in tribal diversity information about the different tribes. Outstanding. Man, King said I went on for 2 hours? Damn. Outstanding what makes them unique and comment in their present day situation. I said 30 minutes to the back chat. Damn. 101lasttribes.com is I was way off. Is an ever-evolving project, and everyone is more than welcome to participate by sharing audio-visual material, comments, or information of interest. Please contact with the webmaster by email or WhatsApp. Our aims are share reliable information about the African tribes that still preserve in one way or another a unique aesthetics and cosmology, value and promote African tribal diversity. This is their mission and aim. This is Jordi Zaragoza Inglis. He's an ethnophotographer and webmaster. Contributors, he has Emir Bayona, anthropologist and photographer. Eva Polymer, anthropologist. Omar, photo and video contributor. He's got numerous. So there's Joan Rira Baladas too, anthropologist. So they just ain't quoting out and just speaking out nonsense. Here's some photos here from the Nuba people that believe that they are affiliates of the Nubians. That's who these people are, the Nuba. Terry Carr, Nuba warrior. Look at G, ready to take some down like a god. Man, that's a fire chain. Damn. G, you iced out. Girl, you, hey, yo. Damn, and then, whoa, you got a Michael Jordan in the top of his ear, and with the face, G, come on. Oh, you just gonna be perfect like that. G got black going on like you a god like that? Wow, that's beautiful. Look at this marvelous, majestic, divine, perfect black queen. The perfect black. Man, look at them features, man. This is the Horn of Africa. Man, that looked like the Sphinx face right there. That looked like the Sphinx face right there. That looked like the Sphinx face right there. Portrait of a young Nubian woman in the Nuba Mountains of Sudan. Look at them proto-hieroglyphics written over her body. I'm calling it that. Damn sure look like proto-hieroglyphics all over the body. You are the temple, ain't you, queen? That's why they wore the temple on the black goddess. You the temple. Got the proto-hieroglyphics written on her. See the one. Put it on the skin. You try to take a skin off, you have to, man, queen, get him. Look at queen back there, and queen's in the backdrop. I got him covered up. A young girl of the Duke Farawi tribe. Kordofan, Sudan. Huh? Nuba. Nuba has many tribes, y'all. Terry Carr, gathering of the Nuba tribe in the Korongo Jebels. Girl dancers from the village of Cow, Kordaf, and Sudan. One thing we do know is that this is the this is in the Horn of Africa. That's what we do know. We do know that this is in Sudan. We do know that this is in the Kordofan region. We do know that these are the Nuba peoples. We do know that they have black skin. We do know that is why they were called black people. This is in the north, where y'all said that them people don't look like that. They ain't got no Western Central African features. You a liar. This is from the Horn of Africa, where Christopher said that the foundations of Egypt started. This is what they look like. Put some respect on them. Let's keep it going. More from the Nuba Mountain. There go my man in the front. Ain't that your boy, Norma? That's his mama then. I'm saying it. I said it. Look at them ears, look at that nose, look at them lips. If I was Mari, you know what I mean, I'd be sound like a baby Baba Omari. That's your baby. Look at them ears, this nose. You are the father, DJ. DJ, you know that's your baby. Stop playing with them. Kunama peoples, more peoples from the Horn of Africa. Stop playing with my people like they ain't up there. Ain't phenotypically and morphologically, and I don't know what they look like. And they people ain't black, and they skin ain't black like that, and they ain't really black, and they got straight wavy. Y'all lied to the people for a damn year, and it's time for it to stop. Morphologically and phenotypically, they don't look West and Central Africa. You a damn lie. This is for the Kunama tribe. Let's see what the Kunama tribe is at. The Kunama are an ethnic group indigenous to Eritrea. We still in the horn with it. We done touched on Ethiopia. We done touched on Sudan. Now we done went into Djibouti. Now pause. Now we in Eritrea. Although they are one of the smallest populations in Eritrea, constituting of only 2% of the population, 80% of Kunama live in the country. Most of the estimated 260,000 Kunama live in a remote and isolated area between the Gash and Seti rivers near the border with Ethiopia. Huh? The Kunama people have ancient ancestry in the land of Eritrea. Have ancient ancestry in the land of Eritrea. Have ancient ancestry in the land of Eritrea. It was pushed out. The Ethiopian-Eritrean War in 98 and 2004, some 4,000 Kunama to flee from their homes to Ethiopia. Had to go south. They was up north though. Could have been up further than that. The Kunama speak the Kunama language. It is conventionally classified as part of the Nilo-Saharan people, Gullah Geechee, which also includes the near. So these Nilo-Saharan, this ain't Nilo-Sub-Saharan. Which also includes the nearby Nara language. Nara, although they are not close related. And if, you know, and I should have brought some Nara. Y'all go see what them Nara people look like. The fact that one-on-one tribes say they ain't related is mind-boggling. I accept the information. I agree. You say they ain't related, then fine. But God dog, do they look so much alike? I mean, goodness God. Go look up some of them Nara people. I should have brought them out. Although some Kunama still practice traditional beliefs, majority of the Kunama have adopted Islam. That's from Wikipedia and one-on-one tribes. Some sources at the bottom. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, I don't see this. So this north, the Horn of Africa, ain't got no Western Central Sahara. So wait a minute, these ain't Bantu Somalis? So these ain't no Harrison Berbers? So these ain't slaves. This is a Kunama tribe, a damn indigenous to Eritrea. Get out of here, man. Look at Queen. So she ain't black, and if you can't tell me she black, I don't need you trying to. Don't say black African power no more. It's mine. You don't deserve it. You don't know what black or African is. You don't even know what power is. Because if you did, you know how beautiful and powerful it was to say that this woman was black, especially after all we've been through. If you let them call him champ, get a hold of him, still be in some trouble, I can tell you that. You call him the champ. You call him the champ. The invader, the colonizer, the conqueror, the usurper. You call him the champ. Champ got it. Oh, till the champ pulled up on him. I don't really trust people that call, usurpers and foreigners and colonizers champions. You gotta miss me with that shit. I mean, my champion. That's my champion right here. You done forgot, son. Need to go back and kiss your mama's feet. We need to all kiss our mother's feet, even spiritually if she ain't with us. Kiss them and love them. Then turn your back on them. Eritrea. Look at Queen, Kunama. Let's get straight to it. More of them. They say them Western Central African features ain't up there in the Horn of Africa. They say they ain't up there. Look at that hair. Gorgeous. Beautiful as it can be. Kunama women of Ethiopia or Eritrea that was taking items from the service of Preston G. Bremen Jr., who worked on Project 19 in Eritrea, Africa. So Eritrea, is that what the hell he worked at? What you mean? Or what? Kunama children of Ethiopia or Eritrea, items from the service of Preston G., who was working in Eritrea. Look at them, black. They black, and they black G. I mean, beautiful black, amazing. Get them, queens. Uh-oh. We winding down. I got a few more. I want to show these features. They all gorgeous. Bristol Archives, Eritrea. Portrait of a smiling man from the Kunama tribe. Smile, black boy. Black boy George. Smile, beautiful black king. Smile, God. You and your kinky hair, that styled in perfection. I don't even know how you even did that. But you sick with it. Queen with the locks. Gorgeous is all outdoors. All righteous outdoors. Gorgeous. Where you from? Eritrea. A Kunama Tika woman. Woman from Eritrea. What's up with them Western Central features, and what's up with that black skin though? What's up with that wavy straight hair though? Beja peoples. What's up with the Beja though? Why you don't ever show me king though? You always want to show me somebody else, but you don't never want to show me G. You always want to show me some other phenotypes that, you know what I'm saying, are out there. Why you don't never show G? This is a Basari boy. Egyptian types and scenes postcard. Earlier 20s. A Basaran boy. Egyptian types. Egyptian types. They done told on themselves. Egyptian types. Because he in Egypt. It's a Beja boy. The Beja people are a Cushitic ethnic group native to the Eastern Desert, inhabiting a coastal area from southeastern Egypt. That's why he called an Egyptian type. So when you want to know what an Egyptian type is in that place that you call Egypt, the Egyptians are there. This is a type of Egyptian. Indeed. Inhabiting a coastal area from southeastern Egypt through arid eastern Sudan and into northwest Eritrea. They are descended from peoples who have inhabited their area since 4000 BC or earlier, although they were Arabized by Arab. Who settled in the region. They are nomadic and live primarily in the eastern desert. Their Beja number around 1.9 mil to 2.2 mil. Some of the Beja speak a Cushitic language called Beja, and some speak Tiger or Tigray. And Ethiopian Semitic language. Most speak Arabic because they've been Arabized. In Eritrea and southeastern Sudan, many members of the Beni Amer grouping speak Tiger. Originally, the Beja did not speak Arabic. But the migration of the numerous Arab tribes of Juhana, obsessed with them, Mudarabia, They obsessed with them beautiful Beja area, beautiful Beja people. Areas contributed to the Arabization and Islamization of them. Man, you obsessed with them, man. Your obsession and your lust and your desire and your jealousy is just. We all know that's underlying aspects of racism. The jig is up. The cat's out the damn bag. Y'all in desperate love with us, and that's why you did what you do. And you ain't even want the land. You ain't built shit over there. The Beja have partially mixed with Arabs, though intermarriages over the centuries. Yeah, they volunteered or what? Or were they Arabized? And by the 15th century were absorbed. Oh, they was absorbed. That's a nice way to put it. Into Islam. The process of Arabization led to the Beja adopting the Arabic language, Arab clothing, and Arab kinship. The religion. The Beja people began to convert to Islam, began to be converted to Islam around 1450 and following largely because of movement of Arab Muslims into the area. The two major influences were from Yemen and from Egypt and Sudan. The latter, the Jalilean Arabs from northern Arabia via Egypt, were the strongest influence. Okay. So the Arabs forced them, we read that. Many scholars believe the Beja to be derived from early Egyptians. I say it again. Many scholars believe the Beja to be derived from early Egyptians because of their language and physical features. So you say many scholars believe that? That's coming from 101 lasttribes.com. That's a scholarly site, a scholarly corporation, nonprofit organization that's ran by anthropologists and professional photographers. That's what y'all came up with? Shout out to y'all. Many scholars believe the Beja to be derived from early Egyptians because of their language and physical features. They are the indigenous people of the area, and we first know of them in historical references in the 6th dynasty of ancient Egypt. Over the centuries, they had contact and some influence from Greeks, Romans, Arabs, and Turks. Man, y'all busting it. Y'all running it. Run that up. Run that up. Take them heads off. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me out there? Y'all with me? Many scholars believe the Beja to be derived from early Egyptians. Many scholars believe the Beja to be derived from early Egyptians. So when the king smashed, and when the king brother Reggie, and when the king Asar and all these Jamil and Christopher and all of us kings, when we tell you that the Beja were derived from the Egyptians, when we tell you that those people are the Egyptians, they came from the Egyptians, it's the same people. You need to be quiet and listen. Because we supported by 101 Tribes, lasttribes.com, that's ran by anthropologists. Run that in. Let's look at some more Beja. Joe Fraser. Peace to the God. So King wasn't fighting Ali or nothing. G was in there. G can't cook fish like a mug. Man, you crazy as hell. Man, G know man, shout out to the black god. Sarah Raphael, a portrait of a Nubian man a portrait of a who man? A Nubian man. I put the Nubians and the Bejas in one group because I ain't gonna play with y'all. This say Nubian. A portrait of a Nubian man at the camel market in Egypt. Where you at, T? At the camel market in Egypt? You a Nubian man? Who took that? Sarah Field? That's from FineArtAmerica.com. Shout out. What's up with God? Egyptian characters. Bust of a Bassaran boy. Bassaran is a Beja tribe from 1900 Egypt. That's where my man was photographed. Yes, photographs was out. They started in the 1830 or 1840 or something, 1850, somewhere in there. It was before 1900. That's a fact. I took photo of my G, a Bassaran boy, derived from Egyptians. Man, this man is an Egyptian, y'all. Telling me Egyptian type. Egyptian characters, bust of a Basharan board. That's the ID down there. You can look that photo up. That's from alamy.com. Go look it up. I ain't draw that. Library of Congress, prints and photographs division. This is Upper Egypt, 1904. Man, let's zoom in on the baby. What's the title of this? A group of native children, Upper Egypt. Native children? Not enslaved. Native. Look at them features. Stop with the lies about that damn morphologically and phenotypically. It ain't no Western Central features. You a liar. Look how divine and beautiful these people are. Look at them. Broad and their features and beautiful and black and beautiful. These are our babies. This is our family, G. And if you don't want to do that, and you want to allow the world to try to separate you from these people, and don't want you to identify with them and as them and love them, and embrace them as a part of your history and your heritage and who you are, you can't see yourself. But I'm supposed to identify myself with George Bush, with the champ, though. I'm supposed to identify myself with the champ, or can I identify myself with them? Who you identify with? Who you reckon? But on one hand, we all the same, though. 99% alike. On one hand, we all the same. That's how ignorant your argument is. On one hand, we all the same. On one hand, we 99% alike. Barely ain't no damn difference. Then on the other hand, when I say, wow, these people look like us. These people look like us. That's some bullshit. No, they don't. They ain't black. They don't look like us. They ain't nothing like us. They ain't, man, y'all are frauds. You are oxymoron. A hypocrite. You can't have it both ways. This man is from the Hadendoa tribe, Eastern Sudan. Hadendoa is a Beja tribe family. Beautiful. Look at G. All right, Bob Marley. Here, Rastafari. Ja! Until the philosophy were one more race inferior. Sing that shit, Bob. Shout out to the God. Do it, man. Do is that God. You kill God. Look at baby girl. The keys buried. Gordon Photograph Archive, Cairo, Egypt, Nubia. Ready to standing on business. He's standing on business. Standing on business. Where you at, though, baby girl? They don't really get it. What's your location? Drop the low. What's your addy, though? Baby girl is in Cairo, Egypt, Nubian girl. Cairo, Egypt? You ain't supposed to be up there, baby. Standing on business. Beautiful black African features. You don't know whether she from the West. Man, they all over. Western Central started standing on business in Cairo, Egypt. Telling me, what about baby doll? Oh, Lord. Checkmate. This was taken by Samuel Barker, a Nubian woman, in Cairo. Cairo, Egypt, in 1860 to 1870, somewhere between them. ID number from the collection of Canterbury Museum. This in the museum. Stop playing with me. Brother Reggie said, source some photos. Great God, I did it. This from the Canterbury Museum. Cairo, Egypt. This is a Nubian woman. Stop playing with me talking about ain't no Western Central African features. Shut your mouth up. You want to know if they got black skin or not and wonder why everybody in the world got more common sense than you to call this woman a black woman? Well, this is why. I got a few more. I think this is about 3 more. Let's see. Ah, shit. We still got the Tuareg. And that's the last one. Okay, y'all, we coming to the call. I'm going to blow through these. We got G, beautiful. You know his name is Paul. What about his features, though? So he ain't got no Western Central African features. What color is his skin? That ain't black. Man, get real. What's the status, though? Let's look at the bottom left. I sourced that. Beja tribe, man. Kasala, Sudan. Beja tribe. Beja. They derived from the Egyptians. That's what the anthropologist said. Top right, portrait of Beja tribe woman with a blue niqab. Red Sea State, Port Sudan. Yeah, no Western Central African features at all. This is so like Middle Eastern and Near Eastern, Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein and Aladdin and Princess Jasmine and yeah, right. The features is what it is. See magic in them eyes. Wow, Queen, you standing strong too. You ain't playing no games. I love what you're doing. Look at God and the sun. Yeah, baby boy, ain't no mistake. Look at God in the back. See, they love to show G in the back. See, that's what I'm talking about to everybody who not understanding my argument. They love to show G in the back. They love to show those features in the back, but they don't want to show the features in the front. Show these. Do these. Look at G in the sun. What's the photo say? Portrait of Beja tribe, father and son, Red Sea State. Let's take another look at that. If that ain't Western Central, quote unquote, sub-Saharan. If that ain't Western Central African, I don't know what is, G. Queen of queens, God of gods, goddesses of goddesses, queens of queens, divine in every way. Who are you? Could you tell me who you are, beautiful one? Universal Images Group editorial. Nubian water carrier from Egypt. A Nubian water carrier in Egypt. In 1850, January 2nd, the ID number right there, you can look it up from gettyimages.com. She's a Nubian water carrier. It don't say Nuba. It don't say Bantu Somali. It don't say Heriton Berber. It say a Nubian woman who would derive from the Egyptians is what the anthropologists told us. That black skin, look at them features. Come on, G. And she gorgeous as can possibly manifest. Look at Queen on right here. What she, you know, she just living her life like it's golden. If this ain't damn Jill Scott's sister, then what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? This ain't Jill Scott's sister. Get real. You know it is. It's her sister. Woman child, this is in Nubian village on the west bank of the Nile, close to Aswan. Aswan, west bank of the Nile, the people there were beautiful, friendly, and dignified. That's what John Bauer said. Took this photo on December the 2nd, 2010. So when my man Stuart Tyson say that's a lot of them out there still black today, well, this is who I say he talking about. He on point too. Yeah, it is up there. It is black people up there that still shadows phenotype. Yeah, we know that. But them ain't the ones you like to show, is it? I'm showing them today. Get him, young Camp, young King, going in King, love God. Nubian wedding. We coming to a close, family. 5 more minutes. Nubian wedding in Omdurman, Sudan, February 2015. This is the Nubian wedding for those that's confused. This is the Nubian wedding for those that are confused. Remember, the Nubians are derived from the Egyptians that the anthropologists said. So just say they're Egyptians. That's who derived from. I mean, I derived from my damn mom and daddy. What? I mean, what? My last name Brown. I'm them. What you mean? I'm literally them. My mom and dad mixed into one. That's who I am. I derive from them, G. A derivative. Look at G. Now I was saying, right? You know, when you get your, you know, king over there, you know what I'm saying? They talk about something good. What y'all talk about, God? I had about this much. Get him, king. Okay, so he beautiful and black, is he not? Is that black skin? Can I call him a black man? If I can't call him a black man, then damn. G, you black, G. If somebody say, hey, Rob, you went to Beja, I mean, you went to, where y'all at? They in Sudan. This is Nubian wedding in Sudan. You went to Sudan? Yeah. You seen some Beja people? Over there, you seen some Nubian? You went to a Nubian wedding? Yeah. What them people look like? Man, them people was black as hell, G. Well, me personally, I'm gonna say black as heaven. I like to switch the lingo up on them. They black as heaven, G, to be honest with you. They about moderate in size. You know what I'm saying? Some of them a little on the heavy side, some of them short in stature, but most of them was really dark, G. I mean, black. Yeah, black, G, beautiful. Look at G, can't get enough of them. Look up, look at the kings. Blessings. Look at the elders. They watching something beautiful going. Look at G over there. Like he got a keyboard or something. They going in. It's a wedding going down. It's mics and everything. God over there. I mean, come seriously, G. Man, look at the Will Smith. G got a high. G got the top face. He got a high top. Look at that forehead. And look at his daddy. And this nigga here look like my daddy. On God. This one right here with his hand on his mouth. Black is beautiful. Black is heaven. Let's get real with it. That's a Nubian wedding. This is the same Nubian wedding. These are the dancers. Nubian wedding. Let's see how they dance. Let's see who's dancing. Look at them beautiful queens in the back. Look at God back there orchestrating black with a hat on. Beautiful in black. Powerful. Look at black beauty back there on the trumpet. Sasquatch out, you know what I'm saying? Dizzy Gillespie, Louis Armstrong. Play that horn. Got God right here. He's stumping hard in the front. Got the sacred Apis bull cow horns on his head. Cattle coat all day. Dancing with the jewels on. Beautiful in black. Look at them features. Y'all lied. This is a Nubian wedding. What's up with them Nubian Cushitic speakers, man, that y'all keep talking about? They ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they ain't got no Western Central African features and no black skin. You want to know what they look like? What's up with it? Here they go. This the Nubian wedding. Put some respect on these Egyptians. That's who they derive from. I'm a zone in on that point until you scream black out, black and beautiful out like ball. Scream it out. Say I get him, uncle. Say they black, man. You got it, Rob. Magi artists, you got it. That's enough, please. Nah, we got 4 more slides and then that's it. Tuareg Berbers. Black and gorgeous. God in the front. Now, T-Fex, where the damn feds at? Heritage Berbers. These are slaves. I don't see no feds on his head. Ain't that the hijab and the scarf that you keep talking about? That's what real Berbers wear. That's what real Moors wear. These boys ain't got on no fezzes and no and you know what I'm saying, ain't got no caps on. What's up with it? G ain't black in the front. Them ain't no Western Central African features in the front, man. Where I got that from? Indigenous People WordPress. Man, stop playing with it. The Tuareg are classified as a Berber group and are closely related to the Northwest African Berbers and West African. What? It's over, man. The Tuareg are a Berber group. It's not the Heritage. Their Heritage is a Berber group. They were slaves, just like the Somali Bantus. But that ain't who we talking about here. We talking about OG in the Amazigh tribes, the OG in the Berber tribes. This is the Tuareg, one of the largest ethnic groups. Berber tribes. This says the Tuareg are classified as a Berber group and are closely related to the both Northwest African Berbers and West Africans. Can't get enough of it. In terms of culture and race, they do not have Arabic ethnicity. Some argue that the Tuareg are defined by language and culture, not by race. We all say that. We don't define these people by race. That's what I don't like, though. Just because we mention quote unquote race, you know, well, and truthfully, we ain't talking about race. We talking about physical descriptions. When I tell you the man black, I'm talking about his damn skin. Look at him. Be for real. We ain't identifying them by race, but you got to also understand that physical characteristics describing one is a part of their identity. If you gonna talk about me, nigga, talk about me. What did I look like? What did I dress like? What did I talk like? What was the language I spoke? Where did I live? What did I drive? What did I practice? What did I believe in? You want to talk about all that, but you scared to talk about my skin tone, but you will talk about that any other time? Man, get out of here with that bullshit. They do not have Arab ethnicity. Some argue that the Tuaregs are defined by language and culture, not by race, and that predominantly Middle Eastern and/or indigenous African Tamasheq speakers qualify as Tuareg. By implication, right? Individuals of Tuareg descent, but who have, by implication, okay, so individuals of Tuareg descent, but who have assimilated into various countries and do not speak Tamasheq languages would not be considered Tuareg. Okay, this is part of the reason for the widely varying estimates of the number of contemporary Tuareg. Originally, farmers descended from Berbers in the region that is now what? In the region that is now what? Libya. Shut your mouth up, Chief X. Shut your mouth up, Protege Ngozi, Sefrin, Hori, King Sosa, Arquette. Shut up. They said Libya, and these ain't the Heriton. This is the Tuareg. You done pissed me off. The Tuareg are descendants of ancient Saharan people. What? Herodotus described this ancient Libyan people, the Garamantes. Smash been trying to tell you. That's a God amongst gods. Salute to the God. Y'all hit the cash app, man, for Smash Rockwell, man. Hit the cash app for Saber Reggie, man. Hit the cash app, God. Send them gods some love. Just hit the cash app. These guys been putting in this work for decades, and you want to discredit them and disrespect them like they don't know what they talking about. It's a damn crying shame. You got a prize jewel as your friend. You can call this man your friend. You can call him on the phone. You can go visit with this man. You can visit with him and eat with this man's family. Instead, you choose to try to slander? Like you by the New World Encyclopedia? Man, that's what this source is, cuz. This say New World Encyclopedia. You got a prized possession in this is a jewel of the black, these are jewels. Zay Mills, Mr. Wither Kalam, Ali Assam Khan, man, my man Kamji, man, brother African thing, dude, all the God, man, these are prized gems in your community. Instead, man, you want to slander, man. Y'all falling in the shaka doodle category, dog. Y'all boys a little better than y'all shaka doodle with Chat GPT, man. I never thought I'd seen that coming, man. Originally farmers descended from Berbers in the region that is now Libya. It say Libya, Chief X. And southern Libya is still North Africa, jackass. I done got carried away again. I apologize to everybody listening. Sincerely. Herodotus described this ancient Libyan people, the Garamantes, a Saharan Berber people, who founded a prosperous kingdom in the Fezzan area of modern-day Libya. Evidence of this Garamantian empire is found in the ruins of Germa. With many invaders, colonists, and explorers, the Tuareg slowly migrated southward into the Sahel with the promise of greater prosperity through trade. They lied and tricked them like they always do, because black men, we are known to be men of our words. When we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And if we don't do, 9 out of 10 of us are going to feel pretty bad about it, because we know that our word is what makes us as men. That's all we have at the end of the day. And my credibility and my reputation is all that I have. So we expected that from these liars and usurpers and detractors and invaders. But see, they were utilizing something called the art of war. And the art of war simply boils down to do whatever you can to win the fight. That's what it is. It ain't no rules in the art of war. Everybody else played that game. We didn't play that. We had rules to war that they just now start putting into place after a certain amount of time. But like, you know, and now they got it all at the UN where you can't use certain tactics, you can't use certain weapons, you can't use certain chemicals. See, they had to bar that because they used to do that. Africans would never dream of that because at the end of the day, even if we were enemies, at some point in degree, I had to have a level of respect for you. Because at the end of the day, I still saw myself and you to a certain degree, knowing, you know what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, you're still a human being. You're still a person. And I may not agree with your practices. I may not agree with what you are, but I will never try to strip you away of so much humanity to the point that, you know what I mean, that it bars you from even having a chance to even, you know, exude that. And that's what I'm supposed to be wanting in the first place. If I'm saying that you're not this great human being, then I should be trying to help you to get there. But not these people. They exuded what they, who they acted, who they behaved as they are. No rules, no policies, no rules, no limitations, no boundaries set. The art of war, do whatever to win. Do whatever. And a person that'll do whatever, or do anything, you need to watch out for a person that'll do anything to win. That's a dangerous person. Victory should not ever come to the point where you have to jeopardize your moral compass. Some of them ain't got none, so it can't be jeopardized in the beginning. Let's keep going. So they got tricked and lied. They said they was promised prosperity through trade, and they got moved south. The Tuareg adopted nomadism along with its distinctive form of social organization from camel herding Arabs about 2,000 years ago. When the camel was introduced to Sahara from Saudi Arabia, that's New World Encyclopedia. These are the last slides, family. You got a young Tuareg up there from Mali. Peace to the beautiful black god. You got queens. That's Western Central African features. I don't care what none of y'all say. Beautiful and black, prominent, divine, dominant, excellent, beautiful in every way. Who is that? She is top right. Michael Sparrow took that picture. A tribeswoman from the Tuareg. It's not the Heritage chief next. You need to shut your page down. Getting paid to lie. Man, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Tribeswoman Tuaregs of the desert, village near Timbuktu, Mali. So she in Mali. Let's see what G had in the bottom right. Look at G. Okay, here we go. It's a Berber. He's a Berber man. He's a Berber. What kind of Berber? A portrait of a Tuareg in Gat, Libya, with the ID number on it, 825MGG at alamy.com. That was taken by Blick Winkle. McPhoto. Portrait of a Tuareg in Gat, Libya. This is a Berber man. Put some respect on him, Chief Next. Ain't no fez, ain't no tassel, ain't no Monica, ain't no damn Hanukkah, ain't no damn none of that. Fez, cap, nada. He's a Berber man. And you're gonna put some respect on it today. I gotta bring my G out. This is the last, we got 2 more slides. Let's take a good look at G. This is an oil painting, obviously, beautiful and black. Look at those features. Let's see who is this? Because I didn't draw this. Let's see, Walt Disney didn't make this. Where is this from? Elizabeth Norse. This is the head of an Algerian, also known as Moorish prince. This is a Moorish prince. This man's an Algerian in 1898 New Britain Museum of America. You can buy that at artrenewal.org. Elizabeth Norse took that in 1898. An Algerian man. She did this. That's a Berber man. Well, he Algerian. It's also known as the Moorish prince. Why is he a prince then, Chief X? How you get you can't be a slave. You can't be a slave and a prince. You can't be a slave and I mean, I guess you can, but I mean, now you're just getting into semantics. Like, yeah, I can be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess, but gee, this man ain't in chains. This man's a prince. And it don't say Harrison Berber, so you lose. He's not a slave. He's not a prince and a slave because he's not a Harrison Berber. Neil Cooper, 2 Tuareg men, Mo Tuareg, in traditional desert clothes arriving at cattle market on camels. Garum, garum, Bikini Faso. Look at G back there. Look at him. Where the feds is at, Chief X? He's a Tuareg man. Whatever. Say, my man, you want to complain about the Moorish prince? Fine. Deal with this Berber here, Tuareg Berber again. Smacked again. Western Central African features so prominent, they all out on the they just gracing the sun, just gracing its beauty, basking in the sun and all his beauty. Look at them features, G. Look at his nose. Big old smile on his face. He happy with his son here. They riding camels, getting money. All women, all on them, flocking on them. They ain't got no fences in sight. Ain't no tassels in sight. Ain't no caps. Ain't no Moorish fences in sight. These is Berbers, man. These is Tuareg Berbers. Yeah, Neil Cooper took that. He took that. 2 Tuareg men in traditional desert clothes arriving at cattle market on camels, Garum, Bikini Faso. They're the ID. That's at alamy.com. Look at G. Same deal. A young Berber boy from Face to Face Africa, twr.org. That's why I got that black skin. Beautiful features. Berbers, North Africans. This ain't no white Africa. Shut your mouth up. Indigenous people net. WordPress.com. You're getting smoked. This is overkill. This is a fatality times 10. What's up with my God? He looking at me. What you say? I ain't black? Look at that's how he looking. Oh, I ain't black? Oh, y'all niggas saying I ain't black? Nigga, please. We'll smoke you behind that shit. We bought that. We own that. You ain't gonna take our blackness from us. What you think, nigga? We bought that. That's the looking that we all black, man. We know that, but what's up with it? He look like try it. Don't even try it. Don't even play with it. We ready. Man, you on look at G. You think he playing? You think he playing? You think he playing? All right. He ain't playing either. They standing on business and look at them features. These are Tuareg Berbers. These are original Berbers, the true Berbers. There ain't a fez in sight. Ain't a Moorish tassel in sight. These is the gods. These are the Tuareg Berbers. It don't say Harrington, it say Tuareg. It don't say Harrington, it say Tuareg. It don't say Harrington, it say Tuareg. These are not the slaves. Blessings be to these black men. Look at the features. Look at the queens in the back. Look at the babies. Put some respect on that, Chief X. Look at the features. The T-Boo. There we are. That's Libya. Look at them. Beautiful and black. Look at the features. They say that ain't in there. That's from a Bidiat family in the National Geographic that was taken in 1924. This is from the National Geographic magazine by A.M. Hassan Bey. Beautiful as you can possibly be. Look at this. Magnificent. Look at God. The face of God. That's what I say. T-Boo. Let's see. Look at Queen. A T-Boo girl. Now we know the T-Boo are indigenous to Libya. We know this. This is a T-Boo girl. A.M. Hussein, 2 Bidiat men. Bidiat is another group of the T-Boo. The T-Boo, the Bidiat, the Garamantes, all of that's the same. Those are the T-Boo and the Goran, the Bidiat. That's all the same tribes. All different names for the same people. Google that. Go look that up. Hassan Bey, sons of Goran chiefs at Aga. Aga, if anybody don't know where that's at, because I know you wanted the location. Chiefs, this is the son of a Goran chief at Aga beyond Erdi. Aga beyond Erdi is Libya, people. This is what you get in Libya. beautiful, and black as they come. Amazing. Salute to these great black kings. And that's from the National Geographic magazine. Here's G. There's one more slide after this. Maximilian Brugman took this picture, one of Marshal Lerlich's Tubu guys, inspector troops in North Africa, who distinguished himself in Chad and Libya during the second. So this is Chad and Libya. So he ain't black. He ain't got no Western Central features. He's not a Berber. Well, he's a Tubu, actually. He's a Tubu in the North Africa in Chad and Libya's Second World War. Why he leading troops, though? He must have feel some very important connection then. Otherwise, why would you lead them, G? Otherwise, you'd be fighting against them, wouldn't you say? He leading the troops in North Africa. He leading them in Chad and Libya. What you doing up there, G? They say you ain't up there. They say your black skin and your features ain't up there, God. They've been lying to us for a year. What about you, Queen? They say you ain't up there either. Where you from? I like your look. You fly. Look at the nose ring, all of that. What's up with the jury? She fly. She witty, divine. Look at the features, dark. Look at that. Appreciate black beauty and all of its indigenous. See, y'all don't want to deal with it. I love the indigenous because this is the foundation of art too. When you see this is the foundation, you're looking at jazz music right now. You're looking at the blues music right now. You're looking at gospel. You're looking at rock and roll. When you see this is the foundation of art. Anything that you ever saw that you thought was pretty came from this. Galili, a young Tubu woman from Baradi, is the soul of the parties. Turn up that are improvised in the shade of the palm trees. She goes from house to house and gathers her friends to dance. She's trying to please the king and make us happy and want to dance for us. And thank you, black woman, for being divine the way you are. The fabric she wears comes from the Fasan. That's Libya, with the camions that support most of the Tibetsi oasis. This is Baradi, Tibetsi, Chad. Beautiful. What's up, Queen? They say your features ain't up there. The baby doll, they lied on you. They damn disgrace. Niger. Maximilian, but he took this. This was in Baradi. This is a Tibetsi, Chad. This is a Tubu woman. What's up with them features, though? You lied and Ghosty. You lied, Gullah Geechee. This is what they look like, the people at the Nile Valley civilization. You don't understand that. Now you can understand that brown, red, black. You can either call it black or you can call it reddish brown. Like them, it's up to you. But it's the same color. We just call it Kim. The Tubu or Tubu, meaning rock people, are an ethnic group native to the Tibetsi mountains that inhabit the Central Sahara and North Chad, Northern Chad, Southern Libya, Northeastern Niger, and Northwestern Sudan. All right, so y'all checkmated then. I just showed you the pictures. And why didn't I have this in the front? These people are in Libya and Chad. Libya and Chad. Libya is North Africa. Even if it's in South Libya, that's still North Africa. Please be quiet. They live either as herders and nomads or as fathers near oases. The society is clan-based, with each clan having certain oasis, pastures, and wells. Shout out to the great God, Smash Rockwell, because I am tired as hell. And King can do this right here all of the time, and Brother Reggie and them, and they can put on presentations like this on the daily. And they coming with multitudes of information on the daily, you know what I'm saying? And I see why they, you know what I'm saying? I see why, they are so adamant about people, you know what I'm saying, at least being respectful. Y'all got to at least be respectful. I'm tired as hell. And God let them be doing this all the time, man, breaking down and delivering information that runs circles around us. And we want to disrespect. And they've been doing this for decades, and this is my first time ever doing this. And I'm about to fall asleep. I'm tired as hell. And they've been putting in work, and I ain't just got started. Salute to the gods. Smash Rockwell, Brother Reggie, and all the rest of the great gods for the work. The Tubu people have historically lived in northern Chad, northeastern Niger, and southern Libya. They have sometimes been called what? Ah, damn. Where is this from first before I read that? This is wikipedia.org. Okay. The Tubu people have historically lived in northern Chad, northeastern Niger, and southern Libya. That's North Africa. They have sometimes been called the black nomads of the Sahara. They are distributed across a large area in the Central Sahara as well as the North Central Sahel. They are particularly found north of the Tibetsi Mountains, which in Old Tibu means Rocky Mountains. The first syllable Tu refers to Tibetsi Mountains as known by natives Tuda, and the second syllable Bo refers to blood in Kanembu language. This people from Tibetsi region are referred to as Tubu, or Tubu. Their name is derived from this. So you got Tuda. Tu refers to the Tibetsi Mountains. So they named after wow, that's so cool. So the blood of the mountains. You can't get harder than that. That's toughy. The blood of the mountains. Damn. The Tubu people are also referred to as the Tabu, the Tibu, Todaga, Tubu, Tuda, Tudaga, or Goran people. So when I told you Goran, when we talk about them Goran boys of the Chiefs, there you go. That's beyond Agad Erdi. That's at Agad beyond, that's Libya. Goran, Tubu. This is the last slide. A few more beautiful black North Africans. I couldn't get the exact location. So let's just deal with it like this. Let's read the description. Mary Evans Picture Library. You can go buy this. This is official with an ID number and all. Looked like a nigga named Ruhr took that. Young Berber from Egypt. I mean, what? How hard is that to understand? A young Berber from Egypt. From Egypt? Where you from? From Egypt. What is he? What is he? Berber? Got black skin and West African and Central African features, G. They all up there in Egypt. He's in Egypt. What about Queen? Divine. Look at that hair. Gorgeous. Look at them features. West and Central. You say it ain't up there. Mary Evans Picture Library. Portrait of a young woman. There's a typo there. North Africa. So North Africa, 1890. North Africa, this is what they looking like in North Africa in 1890. All right, bet. Chief X, shut up. What about G? A scene in a Berber souk. This is a scene in a Berber souk with a man and a woman with a baby on her back and a young child. What that's at? Morocco. It looked just like French Montana. Huh? I ain't worried about nothing. Ride around with that work. Huh? Scrapped up. So you look like French Montana? No stylist. Come on now. I look like French Montana, Morocco. Saint Laurent, huh? Stylist. This your stylist? Diamonds on my neck. Let's get it. That's in Morocco, man. ID number on that thing. CaratKyle.com 989904. That's a Berber souk with a man and a woman with a baby on her back. That's in Morocco, January 13th, 1943. Queen looked just like the Nuba woman I showed you earlier. They looked like Norma's mama. There go the daddy. That's what they made. That's their beautiful baby that they made. Look at the features. Divine. God in the flesh. What's up with you, God? You dripped up, ain't you? Wavy. Musician, Moroccan, Tangier. Mary Evans Picture Library, musician in Tangier, Morocco. What you doing in Morocco, G? They say you ain't supposed to be up there. This is a musician. This is a Tangier musician in Morocco in 1910. That's the ID number, mediastorehouses.com. This is your musician in Morocco. What's up with it? Black. And divine. Look at the features. That's the end, kings and queens. Everybody on the side of my voice. Everybody beautiful, all shapes, colors, sizes. You all are divine and beautiful in every way. This was my presentation. I honestly believe that I have completely demonstrated that black has been utilized a multitude of times in academia, and we see black, a physical description, completely prominent all through Northeast Africa, in the Horn, where Christopher Ehret, leading Egyptologist, has stated that this is the origin of the Egyptian civilization. And as we know by anthropologist Stuart Tyson, that to say that these people are black African actually defies racism. And that we should not be afraid to call these people black Africans. And the Nubians and the Egyptians are both founded in black African origin. That's from your anthropologist, Stuart Tyson Smith. As forementioned in this presentation. And I close. I yield the flow, kings and queens. Thank you again for Smash Rockwell allowing me to have this flow. I did not know, I had no clue to be this long. I really didn't. That's a bad thing. But salute to y'all, kings, and I yield the floor.
Man, I gotta say I'm very, very, very proud of you. Y'all.
Dang, boy, you just dropped some bombs about
Magnificent.
3 hours. That boy was killing it. You are the man. Hey, you get your
Y'all
honors.
kings.
That was a wonderful presentation. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, James.
No, go ahead.
I am so happy. Thank y'all, King. That's a beautiful. Thank y'all. I feel so blessed. Just y'all saying that, King. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, kings. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, the chat was behind you. They was dropping a bunch of ones. Everybody was supporting you. You held 100 people for 3 hours. You held 100 people at attention for 3 hours. So all I can say is congratulations. It was a great presentation. I don't know how they're gonna rebuttal this, but they're gonna have to respond to your experts. So it was a good job, man. Well done.
Salute to you, kings. Blessings be upon you and your families. You all are magnificent. You are my inspiration, all of you. And thank y'all. I'm so humble. I tried my best, y'all. And I didn't want to let y'all kings down, man. I think that we